You're a boy, make a big noise, playing in the street, gonna people in my. This seems like it's gonna be a good way to get this VOD muted almost instantly. Well, we will rock you. Well, that's good. That means I don't have to do a dramatic introductory monologue. Oh no, I forgot to change my notification. I hope it isn't something completely unrelated to this. Schnitzelfritzel, hello. Welcome, my friend. How are you doing today? I'm being irresponsible. Because, well, actually, hold on a diddly dang second. Dang, mark my words. I told you that I would be on before 6, and today I actually delivered. It's a goddamn miracle. So, fellas, you may remember this sweet project that we worked on. Whereabouts a week ago, we started building a beautiful home for my pet rocks, and you know, we put in this background, Schnitzel. We put in this beautiful background. We added some things that look like rocks, right? We were doing the whole shebang here. But, you know, our ground needed to dry, our rocks needed to get accustomed to the area, but now everything is settled. And by God, we can do this. So, today, we're going to put the finishing touches on this bad boy. The general plan is we're going to first fix up these rock/hill things that we have going on down here. Then we are going to build a little log cabin because poor little Bartholomew right here would like to play video games on his own and not be harassed by the other rocks, so we'll build him a little cabin. We may or may not add a plastic cover to make this super official, and then we may go on a hunt through my entire house for a little bit of lighting. So, we're going to see how this goes, but last time we were impressively productive. This background went significantly better than I expected, so we can only hope that things will go as well today. But without further ado, so how are you all doing on this very lovely Wednesday afternoon? I had to check because I'm still in the middle of vacation, so I honestly don't entirely know what day of the week it is all the time, but I feel like that's a good sign. If I can just lose track of the days of the week, that means my time is going well. Tina Turner, Proud Mary. Oh. Hold on a sec. Let me just check one teeny tiny thing before we get started here. What's wrong? I'm pretty sure my notification thing did not change from last time. And I suppose it's a dangerous thing to plan to change it every time because then I forget it. Let's see. I suppose it doesn't make that big of a difference because I did have it set as staring silently for 4 hours into the camera. Ooh. Yeah. That notification is really off, eh? That's okay. We'll live with it. Hi, give me a wave so I know you're watching. Landor? Hello, my friend. Hello, welcome. I'm always watching chat. Please, that's what I hang out here for. It's okay. For anyone who came in and was previously following me, I guess we'll be celebrating Monday all over again together. But yeah, hello. Landior 81. Am I pronouncing that right? It's a very nice name. Let me go get my paints. Don't mind me. I feel so organized. I feel like making this thing is the first thing I've actually really succeeded in while streaming. Like every other project I start, I just get lost halfway through, but this one, god damn it, we're sticking it up. So, raise your hand if you still feel new on here. I mean, yeah. I don't feel like an expert, if that's what you have in mind. I've only been on for, what, 3 weeks now? 2 weeks now? So I haven't been here a long time. I feel like not getting lost within my projects is also one of the things that I'm going to learn to do better if I stick on here for a little while. Landur, have I seen you around before? And am I just not recognizing your name, my friend? Or are you new to this chat? Oh, sorry. So where are you from? I am born in Lithuania, but I live in East Coast America, New Jersey. Where are you from, my friend? We, for some reason, in this chat, tend to get a lot of people from Ireland. So if you say Ireland, I'm going to be a little bit extra excited, but we'll take friends from anywhere. I've been around, yes. Have you? Have you just been lurking? I don't recognize your name. Either way, though, I'm sorry and welcome, my friend. I'm from the UK, Scotland. Oh, okay. So it's like the wee hours of the night over there, isn't it? I was trying to go on earlier today, but I had to babysit my little sister until about like half an hour ago. So that's why I'm here now. But hopefully we're going to be super productive. We're going to get everything done just right on speedy time, and we won't be up until like 5 a.m. your time doing this. I'm going to mix up some of this green paint, and we could go right in with patching up the ground, just so that while we build our little log cabin, everything else could get sorted out. I truthfully don't remember which paints I used for the ground, but I think if we just wing it, we'll probably be okay. If you're wondering why this sudden change of scenery, since I had been talking about moving into Alex's house for such a long time, I am still staying there. Like, you may notice my bed doesn't actually have a blanket on it. Everything is still at Alex's house. I just stopped by to babysit my little sister. I get the feeling you still have some learn on here, do you? I mean, yeah. If you can't tell by my scuffed mic and everything else, of course. I do have a lot to learn, but what makes you say that if I dare to ask? But yeah, of course I still have a lot to learn. Like I said, I've only just begun. But I've had a fantastic time while I've been on here so far. Everyone's been super nice. I feel like every time I come on, I get to hang out with new cool people. So even if I am a newbie, I'm certainly not complaining about my experiences on here so far. See how I live in every piece of you. Don't underestimate the things that I will do. There's a power. Reaching my favorite reflection is bringing me out the drive. So the plan is hopefully to finish this today, and then the next time that we meet up, which I'm not sure exactly when that'll be, but the next time we'll be back at Alex's house, and I think I'm going to do a proper cooking stream. I was recently watching this really, really fun channel. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but she was like a professional chef from Canada, and she did a stream where she was cooking some kind of Thai dish, but she made it look so exceptional. She had a camera like from above so that you could see her oven and then also her cooking station. I really like that. So hopefully I'm going to be able to steal one of Alex's other webcams and I'll make everything work. Just a feeling I have, it's okay to be a newbie, just means there is someone here to teach you, okay. Landuar, are you suggesting that you'd like to teach me? What would you like to teach me, my friend? I'm always open to suggestions. What do you do, Landuar? Do you stream? Oh god, I'm trying to get in all the cracks and crevices. This model magic stuff is fantastic, but it ended up shrinking a little bit, so the whole thing's a bit wrinkly. But I think if you're looking from a distance, you won't really be able to tell it, so it'll be fine. And we have about 2-ish hours to finish this up, so I believe in us. The only mistake that I did make last time when we were doing this is, you see over here, this rock thing that I added it all the way up to the front edge, but that plastic cover that I wanted to slip on also goes into the front edge. So I'm not sure. We might be able to just cut a hole through it or something like that, or scrap it all together. I really only wanted the plastic because I thought it would make it look super legit and official, but something like that. I'm not entirely sure if these hills were a good idea, to be perfectly honest with you. I guess it would be a very boring looking tank if it didn't have anything there, but damn, 2 followers off of 100. What's that? I know. It's crazy. And I'm always looking for an excuse to throw a party, so I feel like if we make it there, we're just gonna have to drop everything and throw a party immediately. Used to not get much time these days. Did IRL. Do you know what you need to learn or not? I mean, I have some good ideas on things that I'd like to improve on, but it seems like you want to give me suggestions, which if you do, you're free to do so. I mean, the hardest thing for me right now, to be perfectly honest with you, is staying on top of chat while also doing stuff, because I get on here and I love talking to people so much that I will very frequently get completely sidetracked. Dank will be my witness to this. Every single time I try and leave, people will keep talking to me and I'll just take like 20 minutes to leave the stream. But it goes for when I'm doing stuff too. So if I'm like cooking, I feel like there's a genuine risk that I'm going to burn the house down because someone's just going to get into a conversation with me and not going to be able to do anything anymore. But on the flip side, I don't want to just sit at the computer and assume that people will show up for IRL, because that seems presumptuous too. So I like having something to do. The doodling has been fun though. That's when Alex got home, I showed him the picture of Maggie with the titties. He loved it. I think I'm gonna try and convince him to frame it up in his room, just so that beautiful moment will be there forever. I can't decide if I should just trim off this front edge. Tactical Sharks, my friend! Hello, welcome back, thank you. Oh my god. Yeah, hello. Oh my god, you guys. How old's your wee sis? She is 3. She actually really wanted to be here with me. I kicked her out of the room, but I feel like I shouldn't have. But Tactical Sharks, my favorite name that I've ever seen, I still remember from like my very first streams. Tactical Sharks was the first person who ever donated, and I just had Tactical Sharks blasted up on my screen for a few days because I had like a little label that listed the people who donated. That was one of my favorite things. So Tactical Sharks, thank you. I feel like now I should have a running list of all the subs, just so Tactical Sharks can be on my screen again. But yeah, also, you know what I learned? Actually, drawing nudity is bannable on Twitch. So we could have easily gotten kicked off for those doggy titties, but very grateful that we did not. Yeah, guys, I think I'm just gonna cut the front off of this. This is stupid looking. Because you, like, if I lay a rock down here, let's take, oh my god, Jeff, let's take Jeff and put him here. The boy's hiding, you can't see him. I feel like it doesn't make for a good scenery. And you know, if this was a real zoo, of course, we could have like a bridge up top so you could walk over the rocks and see what they're doing, but none. They were eyes. She already had a pair of eyes. I mean, I don't think anyone is harsh enough to actually complain about that sort of thing. If they are, I don't think that's like a perma-bannable offense. Is it? Maybe I should stop talking about it. Is what I should probably do. I'm breaking out the knife, guys. We're just gonna cut it. Well, is it a display or an enclosure? If we have this clear plastic on the front, then it's really a display, isn't it? Like, even if there's a home in there, even if they're just chilling, it's really a display, isn't it? We want these boys out to sea so that everyone can enjoy their beauty. But Dank, is your point that if it's a display, then we should cut it? Plus, technically speaking, even with that thing on, it's not like the rocks are going to be running away, you know? We'll keep them closed. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for the cut. Guys, don't at me. And Dank, are you proud of me for actually going on time today? I don't know if you actually care if I make it on time, if I'm late every single time, but I feel bad about it each time. And I want to say it's because I'm not a chronically late person, but it's actually completely because I am late everywhere. So I can't even be perfectly on time for an appointment that literally just involved me turning on my webcam. But listen, boys. Ladies and gents, actually, I should say. It's not as easy as I make it look. You couldn't see it, but there was an eye roll there. Also, part of the reason that I really enjoy calling everyone friends is it's completely gender neutral. So instead of boys, which for some reason is what slips out of my mouth, if we just go with friends, then anyone and everyone is a friend. Alright. So I'm going to cut it, but then we can like paint this part green since there is still that hill over there. It's going to be fantastic. I'm really mostly concerned about being able to see the cabin that we're going to put in the back. So we just got to balance it all out. But it's okay. Like the wonderful Bob Ross said, no mistakes, just happy little accidents. Alright, we're getting somewhere. Maybe I can start making enclosures for inanimate objects for a living. Like, rich people will hire me to figure out a nice way to dress up their trophies and, I don't know, Oscars, whatever rich people would be dressing up. Or I guess rich people probably have so many of those that they aren't really interested. My dad's just walking down the hallway going, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'm not entirely sure I even want to know what the context of that is. It's gonna be fantastic. I'm very excited though for all of the things to come. Alex is officially done with his job, so we're just gonna be dicking around at his house for like 2.5 weeks, starting basically today. That's like the voice in my head. What's like the voice in your head, my dad? Oh my god, oh my god. That actually is a lot like what the voice in my head sounds like. I have two voices. The voice in my head, well, I suppose three. My literal voice. The voice in my head, which is a lot like, oh my god, all the time. And then I have my voice that gets lightly exhaled when I do things, if that makes sense. Like, when I walk up the stairs, apparently, I hadn't noticed this until Alex pointed it out, but apparently when I walk up the stairs, I just silently go whoosh, whoosh, whoosh with every step. And ever since he pointed that out, I've noticed it in other things that I do. So I'm not entirely sure why, but I guess I have a tendency to make little noises to animate my life. Oh yeah, this was a fantastic idea. Look. If we paint this green, then you're going to be able to see basically everything. And there's still a little spot for the rocks to hide out, but for the most part, it's going to be fantastic. I'm thinking about whether or not we should also put something on the outside to cover these bad boys up? I'm not sure. Hey, Black Eye Fish, you have that date tomorrow, right? Am I remembering correctly that tomorrow's going to be a very important day where you promised to do a lot of storytelling? Or is that just my mind playing tricks on me? Because I feel like I've been lacking in stories heard. Tragically, yes. What do you mean, yes? Yes, he's got the date tomorrow, right? Wait, why are you surprised, Dank? Don't you remember this? I, for one, cannot wait. No matter how that goes, that's just going to be very strange. But who knows, though? Black Eye Fish, you have to go into it with a good attitude. Like, what if she is going to be the one, and you're just going to have to work a little extra hard to claim her? There we go. Alright. This is legit as fuck. We're gonna add some grass and it's just gonna look exceptional. Don't even sweat. What's your favorite rock? Probably, alright. So this one is Blarney. Blarney is our dear friend who looks a little bit like Rocky Road Fudge. I don't know if my camera's gonna focus on this boy. So this is Blarney. But then we also have Young Tiller of Taco, named after a subscriber friend, Tiller Taco. So I feel like between Young Tiller of Taco and Blarney, they're gonna have to be my favorites. It's something about their chunky appearance. Because in reality, they are a bunch of rocks formed together. And if you try and put that into human terms, like you try and imagine a person that's just a conglomerate of like 20 people's heads, kind of like those soldiers that we built on another stream, I just think that's beautiful. It's magnificent. I told myself I was going to cancel it, and she asked what time I was going to be there, and I stupidly gave her a time, so I locked myself into it now. I'm tempted to say it's your own fault, Black Eye Fish, but come on. Have you matched with the one yet? Is that at Black Eye Fish or at me? I feel like if Black Eye Fish had matched with the one, then we wouldn't be hearing this. Alright. I think as far as the paint goes, I'm going to call this boy done, unless we decide to add something else into the background. Like we did talk about adding a waterfall last time. Sand pie, that is a more complex answer than I expected. Trust me, my friend, I am deeply engrossed in this fantasy of building my rock enclosure right now. Sand pie, I'm glad I could surprise you. Do you have a favorite rock? We do have many friends to choose from here. There is Jeff, Bartholomew, Blake, Blarney, and Young Tiller of Taco. Which one's your favorite, my friend? I know you haven't had too much time to interact with them. And of course, they all are all such lovely friends. How do I know when someone is the one? Oh, that one, not yet. I mean, who is that one then? Yes, Rock Bottom. Is that your favorite rock? Is Rock Bottom? Do you guys remember that episode of SpongeBob where they went to that deep, dark abyss? Like there was a giant cliff, and then when you fell down it, there was that weird town where everyone spoke like, "How are you?" That town? Didn't that have something to do with the rock in its name? We should have built that for this. She's the one. That one is the one? I mean, I hope so. I really hope that she ends up being the one for you, Black Eye Fish. Like, when you guys get married many years down the line, you can go back and say, wow, I accidentally canceled this date with her, and then I met up with her, and she was so lovely, and we got married and had like 50 little Irish babies, and it was magnificent. I really hope that's how this ends up anyway. Yeah, that fucking bus. Yes, that episode. That was a fantastic episode of SpongeBob. I have never watched SpongeBob. I'm very sorry. No, it's okay. You don't have to be sorry. Trust me, my dad was so strongly opposed to that show, he wouldn't let me watch it. So I would watch it whenever he was at work. The one tomorrow night might not be the one, but there's... Excuse me. The one tomorrow might not be the one, but there's a one out there who could be the one who Luke said is the one. So there's another lady out there. Well, then why are you going on a date with this bloke? You know when someone is the one when you are not tired of someone after a couple of months. Sandpie, facts. I've been with my one for 5.5 years. I'm still not sick of him. In fact, we're about to do like a 2-week-long sleepover together. Still not sick of him. So, is he the one? I guess by Sandpie standards, yeah. I met my wife while she was dating another dude, successfully stole her. Listen, tactical sharks, more power to you. Though, that is a risky game to play. Like, you got lucky, but I wouldn't advise most kids to follow that idea. Because usually, if you can steal them away from someone, someone else can steal them away from you. And I'm not saying your lady's going to do that to you, because I'm assuming you guys are the ones that worked out from this. But for a lot of people, the opposite happens. Not to be a negative Nancy. Your hair got uncomfortably close to the paint there, jeez. What? Uncomfortably close? What? What are you talking about? My wife is about to do that next week, tactical sharks. Oh my god. Yeah, I've been with my one for 4 years. It's good. That's fantastic. Alright, see, now I feel like we're all just bragging on Black Eye Fish that we're all so lucky. Wait, now, how did you... Sandpie, how did you meet your one? If you don't mind my prying. Because, like, people always ask for advice. Like, all my friends will ask me how they can find their one. Because, not that I like to post, like, cheesy, braggy things on social media, but everyone knows that we're fantastic. So, like, they'll ask me how they can get their own slice of the pie. But it's like, it's not that simple. I never really have advice to offer. You just have to live your life, and then a person appears if you get lucky. Black Eye Fish, it's okay. I met her through friends. It was just random. Yeah. Though, you know what? I feel like meeting people through friends is a very good way to do it, just because, for one thing, if you like your friends and your friends like you, then you guys clearly have at least somewhat similar taste in people. And also, if your friends approve of the person, and this goes for someone even if your friends don't hook up with them, just if your friends approve of the person you're dating in general, that's a good sign. And then if your friends approve of them enough to suggest them to you, that's even better. Love, another love, not see something used on another love. Yeah, all so lucky, haha, yes. Well, alright, the 3 of us who are with the one, the ones, plural, are very lucky. She didn't like me at first. How'd you convince her, Sandpie? What'd you have to do? That also happens. I mean, people grow on each other, you know? You might really, really love an aspect of a person that you don't get to see until you've been with them for a while. So what happens? Yeah, Black Eye Fish hooked me up with someone, you heard her. Well, you know, if you guys could pair each other up, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Do you seriously think that's a good idea? Well, listen. Alright, you two have been buds for a hot minute, right? So you know each other's tastes, and I don't see why that would be a risky endeavor. Like, I feel like you should try it. We slept together for a couple of months, and that's what it took to, You know, it's nice that she agreed to continue sleeping with you for a few months while she didn't like you. And then we realized we liked each other. Oh, so you mean, like, as more than fuck buddies. See, when you said that she didn't like you at first, I was thinking, like, she really didn't like you as a person, like, didn't want to hang. That sounds like it's a less drastic situation than the one that was being painted in my brain. That's good, though. That also happens. Or, like, when people kid themselves and say they're going to be friends with benefits, and then they end up in love, like that movie with Ashton Kutcher. Yes. Alright. No, that's fantastic then. All my tears have been used up. Alright. Do I attempt to make the waterfall right now? Or should we just go right into building the log cabin? What do you guys think? Because I have this paint out right now. And if we really wanted to be useful, we could probably just add a little bit of water to this bad boy. Like, we could do a lake somewhere over here. We could have the lake start up on the mountain, so you know it's like the ice melting on the caps. Then come on down and then go over the hill, pool in a lake up front in front of the house. Criteria: has eyes, has smile, preferably cute eyes, cute smile. Well, that doesn't sound like you're aiming too high. There's a lot of people who fit that criteria. From Discord, I'll try anything once. God damn, he's pulling out the receipts. TLDR criteria has face. Yeah, Senpai, that's basically it. He's really into eyes and a smile, but he'll take anything. Listen, I believe in you, Black Eye Fish. You also can't rush that sort of thing. Plus, aren't you going away to India? You've never used Irish Tinder then. Do a lot of people not have faces on Irish Tinder? I'm scared. I remember when you guys were scrolling on Black Eye Fish's stream. It seemed like people at least had eyes and would smile. Irish Tinder sounds interesting. Yeah, Senpai, I don't know how much you know about Ireland, but if you stick around, you're gonna learn. Just so much. Just so much. In a good way, though. I've learned a lot of slang that I can't remember. All I remember is being made fun of for how I pronounce it, but... I will live on you. There's some happiness on me. I'm trying to decide if I can pull off this waterfall right now. I'm trying to visualize, like, bring the mental image in. Do you guys believe in me enough? Because I'm not sure if I believe in me enough. Yeah, on Irish Tinder, you have to swipe through 50 different brands of whiskey to find someone with a face. Oof. Tinder Wednesdays stream? I guess I could, but would... Are you talking about you? Oh, yeah. Do that. I was about to say, I could, but that wouldn't be very interesting. But no, Black Eye Fish, you could. The only issue might be, like, legal stuff. Like, can you just show people like that? Although that would be Thursday. Yeah, I feel like Tinder Thursdays would make a lot more sense. Tinder Tuesdays. If you really want to stick with the theme. Alright, this is now turning into paint water. So if you see me go for a sip of this water, please scream with all of your might. No, Migla, don't do that. You will literally die. But, you know, for the second time in a row, I've completely forgotten to get a water cup. So... we can read those bios of people. This info is public space anyway. That's also very true. If it's in the public space, yes. But, like, for example, you can't go to a gym and videotape people, even though it's technically public space. Go for the waterfall, Nickelbot. I believe in you. Alright, Senpai, if you believe in me, I'm gonna do it. No, because it's almost midnight here in Miglet, so it would be Thursday. Oh, like, right now. I thought you were just planning a thematic stream in general. Well, then, yeah. Go for Thursday. Also, I'm actually impressed that it's only almost midnight. I feel like I sometimes catch you at like 3 a.m. I won't keep you around here long. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. Senpai, just because of your faith in me, I'm gonna go for it. We're gonna make this waterfall. Also, the little thing that you saw me paint and then not acknowledge is a tiny tree that we can pop in there. It's Thursday here, Superior Time Zone. God damn it, you guys are all ahead of me. You guys are all in the future. Tell me, what's new in this future? The only other problem is going to be my lack of blue paint. I really need to go invest in some. I probably wouldn't show faces anyway. Yeah, I wouldn't just for the extra security of it. But at the same time, unless like 100 people are watching at once, I don't think anyone's going to complain. So, you could try it out. In the future, people don't have faces. What are we gonna have instead, Senpai? I kinda hope. It'd be cool if we just had screens, you know? Things that could show our stats or interests or something like that. That would be pretty cool. Faces are really overrated anyway. we're gonna attempt this. For the respect of them more than anything else. Yeah. Apps? We're just gonna have apps for faces? I'm almost tempted to misunderstand that and assume you mean like appetizers. Like we would all just walk around with some boneless chicken wings on our face. That'd be fantastic. Your Fortnite ranking on a plate. What happens if you don't play Fortnite though? Or in the future, is everyone gonna be in playing Fortnite? Dank, you remember when you recommended that game to me, A Tale of Two Brothers? I just want to bring it up just so you know that I haven't forgotten. I don't forget anything. I just take an exceptionally long time to do it. But I'm gonna do it, goddammit. What is this? Oh no, I paused the music. Goddamn, Black Eye Fish. I didn't know you were such a funky man. Don't mind me. If you don't play, you are banned from public places. Oh my god. That's a very harsh future that you're imagining, Sandpie. I don't know if I want to live in that future. I would rather just have screens that show, like... Ooh, we could do something like Tinder IRL. So you have to, like, talk about what your interests are, you know, your criteria. So then whenever you walk up to a person, like, you would know exactly what they're looking for, and you wouldn't have to play yourself thinking they would ever want to be with you. Maybe I shouldn't be the one to plan the future. I feel like that actually could end in a very Dark Mirror sort of way. Like the Black Mirror episode, yeah. I actually haven't seen the Black Mirror episode, but I know, like, of its existence. Tinder is so depressing. Sandpie, you said you'd been with your one for 4 years, right? Did you ever use Tinder before then? Because, like, before I got with Alex, for one thing, I was in high school. I was very early in high school, so I guess I wouldn't have been interested in dating apps anyway. But, like, I feel like Tinder wasn't a thing at the time. Yes. So you did, okay. That's interesting. What's your take on that whole dating culture? Oh, that was risky. I almost got paint all over this beautiful new table. It's all good, guys. Don't sweat for a little bit. Was it because it just came out though? Like when you started? Because I can't really pinpoint when Tinder became a hot thing. But now it's just one of those things no one thinks about. Tinder is shite, really. Well, do you have Bumble over there? Or like other dating apps? FindIrishFarmers.com. We're gonna do it. We're gonna go in for this waterfall. So if you think I'm ignoring you, I'm just really focusing. It's weird judging people by a couple of pictures and some text. Yeah, I feel like that's the thing I would have the hardest time with. Because I'm the type of person who finds the good in everyone. Not to be too cheesy, but I feel like I would see everyone on Tinder and I would spend an exceptionally long amount of time trying to figure out who they are. Even if no one else on there is going to take it as seriously as me. Does that make sense? Like, I have a hard time just accepting that, oh, well, this person isn't hot, so they have nothing interesting about them, so I'm just gonna swipe. It's weird. Yeah, it's called Tinder. Okay, so you don't have Bumble is what you're saying. Because over here, technically speaking, for any man who's, like, really looking for love and wants to show that he cares about the ladies, he would use Bumble. Which is where, like, ladies have to be the first to interact. I don't know. It's an idea. 90% of the girls have no bio, so it's like they want to be judged on their looks solely anyway. Well, if you have no bio, then you can't really blame anyone for doing that. Like, that makes sense. Plus, the people who post, like, real booby pictures. Not that there's anything wrong with booby pictures. I'm just saying, you have to know what you're gonna get in response to those. Alright. I'm going in, guys. I'm going, like, deep in right now. I'm gonna focus. It's more likely meeting someone through some common interests like politics or a movie club or some other student organization. That's in college, though. What I've always been wondering is how adults do that, or how do adults even make friends? Like people out of university. Where do you meet people? What do you do? Personalities. Well, I guess. What is this? This is such a banging. I know I've been putting this paintbrush towards this for a hot minute, but this is nice. Kasabian, alright. Dank, alright. They have one song that I don't know. That I know. Adults just give up and drink. Well, that sounds a lot less exciting. I guess the bar is the place to meet other people then. Alright. We're going for it. Catch you guys in 30 seconds. Oh, this is gonna look fantastic already. I know I've only put in like 2 streets. Oh. Don't sweat. I feel like I'm just looking like a fiend right now. Senpai, my friend, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to our little family. We do weird things frequently. Well, yeah, giving up and drinking seems like a depressing path to take. I might actually have to go and find a little light that I could put in here, just so I can show you guys the details of this. Because this is looking pretty sick on the inside, I just don't know if you're going to see it from a distance. Alright. Hold on, just look at this for a second. Need to keep up with the waterfall. Oh yeah, of course. Listen, before this, my other project was building a rocket ship. So we built a giant cardboard rocket ship that I then gifted to my little sister, and she loved it. It's still in her room downstairs. So we'll always have things to build. Also, check. Oh, this is like OD, bro. Alright, I will try. Do you see? There we go. Oh, look at, oh, professional lighting. Look at this. Do you see that sick waterfall in the background? So now we're just going to incorporate that with the real, like, 3D world. It's going to look absolutely sick. Absolutely. I believe in us. Do I need to, like... Hold on a sec while I fiddle with things. Does that look somewhat better? I did darken my webcam a little bit for last time, so professional, damn. Oh, I know, listen. We keep it very legitimate over here. Hey, we had that friend in the beginning of the stream who was saying that they were going to teach me how to IRL. What happened? Did they offer advice and I just missed it? Did you guys see that person say anything? I'm curious, because if they're as professional as they were saying, I would definitely love advice. I feel like things are just going well with this enclosure. Like, every time I put something on, it really is just a happy little accident. Look at that. Like the little, you see that little ruffle on the bottom over there? There are some keys to get a lot of viewers. Oh, I mean, that's not what I'm aiming for per se. I really just want to do the best that I can with what I have. I can imagine what I could do to probably pump up the viewers, but... Dang. Maybe shoot someone. You know, Senpai, I like how you think. I had never even considered that. I've always been thinking of legal routes, you know? But I guess if you shoot someone, that's should I not say that? I don't know. But that's a thing. For sure. Though truthfully, I'm just trying to do what I do as well as I can and learn how to do it better. Because I've only been on here for like 2-3 weeks now. So there is still a lot to learn. And I mean, the last time I had a lot of people pop in, it turned a little bit into a shit show. Given it was wine night, so that's my excuse. But still, that was like an unmanageable amount of people. Which of course is flattering. I'm not complaining at all. I'm very flattered that people would watch. But it gets unmanageable. I murdered a man AMA. I'm pretty sure there have been AMAs like that. There was the AMA on Reddit a couple years back with the rapists. Do you guys remember this AMA? No, it wasn't an AMA. I think it was an Ask Reddit. They were asking people who got away with like rape and things like that to talk. And the whole thread just turned into an absolute shit show with people saying some very nasty things and then other people just backing them up on it. It was very weird. Boob stream is for simpletons. Kill stream is the new shit. Or hack the NSA. I don't know. Listen, if I could hack the NSA, I think doing it on stream... You know what? Truthfully, the NSA would probably find you anyway. So whether you do it on stream or not on stream, they're gonna find you. So at least if you stream it, you'll get a little bit of cash flow out of it. I could do that though. I could do like an ethical hacking stream. Because I am a computer science major, so like I know my way around a keyboard. But I could do something more like an ethical hacking stream where we just like fuck around with something that won't get me arrested. It's an idea though. I like it. Keep them coming. You got some ideas. Just do an eyes-only stream. Oh my god. I kind of want to do weird shit like that, though. Like, when I watched Typhonic sit in a tub of nacho cheese for a few hours, that honestly spoke to me. I don't think I'm going to sit in a tub of nacho cheese, but it's certainly an idea for where we could take this. Like, I like people who do things that aren't just what you expect. Like, it's not just sitting and talking to people. We build stuff, but, you know, I can sit in food, in just large quantities of food for extended periods of time. Yeah, did you do Hacking 101? Great lectures. Is Hacking 101 an online thing? I don't know if I would trust anything online for Hacking 101. I had a couple of friends who were very knowledgeable and taught me at a club at my school. You know, we pass around information. Oh, the other thing that's upcoming, well, alright. In a few months, at my school, there's going to be a 24-hour hackathon that I'm going to help run, which means I get to sit all the way at the front of the hackathon. Last year, I set up a giant tent. Like, we were super extra last year. So I'm going to set up a giant tent this time, but I'm also going to do a 24-hour live stream during the whole hackathon, which is going to be a ton of fun. Social engineering is a lot more fun, I suppose. I don't know. I like the idea of someday being able to hack into some huge system and steal away millions of dollars, but I know I'm a wuss. Like, I'm a terrible liar and I'm a terrible cheat. I would probably end up giving myself up before I would do a thing like that. I got halfway through an online ethical hacking course and got bored. Hacking 101, most people have no regard for safety, so use their computers when they're at lunch. Yeah, that's basically true. I feel like viewers need to see you properly. Your models are brilliant, but I need to teach you to show yourself better. Raise your hand if you agree. I mean, I don't know how much of me viewers really need to be seeing. The whole reason I'm down here today, I'm sitting on a stool, for what it's worth, is so that I could show my table with all my shit, and this bad boy back here, all at once. I've been to a hackathon and 2 coding competitions. How'd you do in them? What was your most interesting project out of all of those? Because I've only been to 1 hackathon. Last year, the one that I helped run was my first hackathon ever. And it was a ton of fun, but I thought that I would just do work, like work for work at the hackathon for 24 hours. I was basically going to refactor the whole project that I was working on. I ended up not getting shit done. So that was a little bit disappointing. And I didn't end up with anything cool and hacked together. So for next year, I want to actually do something. I think maybe your painting needs more boobs. That'll draw in the viewers. Probably. I actually specifically put on a tank top that's super high cut. Because, that's not the type of friends that I'm looking for here. Yet. We'll see. Maybe Twitch turns into a very good revenue stream and then I decide I would like to sell my entire soul for a couple bucks. Then sure. I mean, I'm sure it's effective. I have no doubts on that. But I think we have to hold off those big guns for a little while. Those big guns. My big guns. The hackathon I had to do solo because my partner pulled out. If I literally had 2 more weeks of Java knowledge, I would have nailed it. My first coding competition, we got 11 points. The highest my college ever got was 13. Not bad. Actually, you know what? I hadn't even considered doing the hackathon with a team. I'm the type of person who just thinks that if you need something done right, you have to do it yourself, which I know is a terrible philosophy for someone who wants to work in computer science. since that has to include so much like working together. But that was what I did. Maybe next year I'll actually just get a team, and then I can be useless and live stream the whole thing, and everyone else can do everything. Next year we got 23, but another group at our college got 24. Damn, you guys okay. That's unfortunate that you lost, but the fact that both of those teams doubled the previous record is impressive. Do you have a day job in comp sci? Kind of. I work in research, so I don't know if day job is the thing to call it. I'm still in university, so I'm still learning. But then at my university, I also work in research, which is a lot of fun. And that part is in comp sci. Like, the work that I do is mostly programming. Though currently I'm writing a research paper, which I guess isn't very comp sci of me. PhD? No, I am 19. I'm still working on my undergrad. I am a junior, or I'm going to be a junior when I start school in a few weeks. So yeah, I've got a lot of time to figure out my life, but that's nice though. I'm flattered though. I'm flattered that you think I'm getting my PhD. How old did you think I was? Just gonna add some streams of water coming in here. Make this look real 3D and fancy. Maybe we could add like some dirt around the edges too, just so it sticks out more. But what do you guys think so far? I feel like this is looking pretty goddamn legit, no? Oh, damn. Well, the first year, actually, they let secondary schools participate, and a secondary school actually outscored every college in the country. But they weren't eligible for the college prizes. That's depressing. I'm finishing my master's. That's not bad, so you're not that far off ahead of me. I think they won a book on coding and Go. But if it's that serious, I'll buy a book of coding and Go. I don't know, 22 or something. Listen, you know what? That's the perfect age for you to think that I am, because that means I could just head out to a liquor store and have a proper good night. No, that's fine. I'm still at the age where it's flattering that people think I look older. Like, eventually I know things are going to turn over and I'm going to be insulted every time someone thinks I'm older. But for now, I'm still flattered. The second year, 3 Dublin colleges hit the maximum score of 60 points. One team finished in 1.5 hours. How long is it usually? I have no scale. I don't know if 1.5 hours is a lot or not. Oh shit, that's true. You can't drink in the US. Yeah. Yeah, I also can't smoke in my state. So, I can't do anything. Not that I'm like dying to go smoking cigarettes or anything, but it's just the principle of the thing. I feel like this is coming out exceptional. Usually 4 hours. So maybe they cheated. An hour and a half seems like an exceptionally short time, and 4 hours is typical. I'm getting my garbage bin so that we can keep this fancy. Hold on, don't mind me. Reconfiguring my soul. But yeah, that's cool. I've never been to a programming competition, but I've been asked to go to one. You could go die in the military though. Yeah, I could go die in the military and I could go be a stripper, but I can't drink alcohol. Very logical, I know. The age thing is just absolutely ridiculous. The stupidest part to me is it doesn't actually stop anyone. Like, I don't need to be able to go to a liquor store, you know? As long as you have the hookups. So I don't know what it really prevents. I mean, I understand obviously young kids shouldn't be drinking. Like, that's a no-brainer. But do these rules actually accomplish anything? Not really. Alright. Are we impressed? I'm impressed. I feel like this just like unspoken went fantastic. Which is good, because that means we can get to the actual bread and pudding, which I don't think is a saying, of this. And we can get to building that log cabin, because that's what I want to see the most here. I will just use my letter of people begging me to sign up for their society to wipe the paint off. And of course I got the paint all over myself because I was just trying to be a scummy person. But oh no, my owl socks. No. Don't sweat. It's very sad that you guys can't see the beautiful socks that I wear on stream because I have an impressive collection. And let me try to show you without dying. Oh, that's not gonna work. Alright. Sorry, it's the underside of my foot. I don't know how best to angle this. Do you see these cute little owls? This is my favorite pair of socks of all time. I mean, where I'm from, people start drinking at 15, 16. Yeah, that's about how it goes here. They were coding in Haskell, so it makes sense that they finished quick. That's also true. Very impressed. Thank you. Listen, Sandpie, you were the one who believed in me the most. And now we did it. We accomplished it. So I feel like I have you to thank. Sock check. Goddamn right. Gotta check and make sure my feet aren't, like, gross and dirty. Like, don't you want to have the comfort of knowing that I wash my feet and change my socks while you're sitting there watching me? Wearing socks, therefore no homo here. Yeah, of course. No, this is no homo at all. We did it. I know. It's not done yet, though. I have big plans. Today, we're decking this thing out proper. So let me cleanse this area of the painting things, because I think as far as painting goes, we're probably done, or at least far enough ahead that we can move some stuff to the side. No homo so silly. I mean, aren't we all a little homo? Truthfully, yes. At least I think so. But if it comforts some people, why not? I do think it's sad that, like, bros can't go hugging each other. Because I know me and my girlfriends, like, there is lots of love there. And ladies don't feel the need to say no homo every time to, like, see their girlfriend get changed or, like, tell their girlfriend they love them. I don't know, dudes are just weird like that. Like, Dank, Black Eye Fish, when you guys hang out, do you ever talk about your feelings? Do you ever talk about your friendship and how much you mean to each other? Without saying no homo? Feelings aren't homo, guys. Nonsense, I'm only homo without socks. Can't argue with that. Hello, should I be the 100th follower? Well, it seems like you're asking a pretty silly question there, bud. You sure can be if you want to see some life updates. And if not, then you should save that honor for someone who'll really savor it. Me and my bros hug all the time. Hugging is awesome. Sandpie, that's what I'm talking about. You got the right attitude about this whole thing. I feel like we shouldn't be afraid to show our emotions. Honest and frank conversation about how we feel is how we can get the best out of life. Like, don't you want to feel loved? Alright, ask a silly question. Thank you very much, my friend, for the follow, but also for taking us over this completely arbitrary number milestone of 100 followers, I think. I haven't actually seen. Would that be a silly thing if I said that and then it wasn't so? Maybe it is still 99. Alas. The numbers on my Twitch channel. Challenge. Try doing MDMA and not hug anyone. That sounds like it would be a fun experience. I don't know if I can talk about these things without, like, getting my house raided. But that sounds like it would be fun. 100 bits for 100 followers. Congrats. Dank, thank you very much, my friend. So are we at 100? Is that official? I checked the app. It doesn't work. The app says 99. Not that it really, like, I'm not on here just to hit arbitrary numbers, but Dank, thank you very much. I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you for being around when I had, like, 5. Your faith in me is very comforting. Did it. Well, at least you won't be getting raided by ICE. That's also true. That's the thing you gotta be worried about here in America. The funny thing is, though, I am an immigrant. I'm a legal immigrant, but I'm still an immigrant in America. I guess if Trump wanted to change. Dank's bank account is now negative 5.36. Dank, I sure hope not. My friend, please don't go broke for me. Listen, any penny is way more than I could ever ask for or feel like I deserve, so... Poor guy. ICE go get her. No, no, no! Don't even say things like that. I'm pretty sure they probably have men on every channel on the internet just listening and waiting for someone to admit that they're an immigrant. Probably less than that after the vape purchase. Dang, did you actually go ahead and buy it? Which color? Which color did you get? Did you get the Swarm In? Which flavor juice? I need details, my friend. Did you actually? Oh god. I can't really do it super quick here. I'll just knock this bad boy off the table. But, you know, That's fine. It'll totally be worth it. Trust me. I can't remember where I put my own. This is a good boy, though. It'll treat you well. And you have to get a label maker and, you know, get the proper label written on this bad boy. Otherwise, it's not official. So, ask a silly question. Thank you very much for the bits also. You guys are too nice. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you could all be here. We should throw a proper party next time I stream. I like any excuse to get dressed up and pop a bottle of fake champagne. So we can do that. Actually, at Alex's house, I have real wine. We can make this a proper party, guys. If ICE had someone employed to watch IRL streams to look for illegal immigrants, they would have to employ thousands. They would have to employ more than that. There's lots and lots of live streams going on all the time. I just reached down into my garbage can and grabbed paint. Like, I straight up stuck my fingers into the tray that I was using to hold my paint. And I was thinking of just drawing my own design on it. You can do that too. That's actually, you know what? Dang. I'm dead serious. I had never considered that. And that's a really fucking good idea. Yeah, my Hulk is starting to show. I'm sorry, the makeup is coming off, guys. The Hulk within. I feel like I would be more of a Shrek than a Hulk, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't know if you've seen my muscles, Senpai, but it's not an impressive look. Turning. No, it's fine. Turning, you know? You have to test whether or not I could pass as a human. Fuck, I think I'm gonna have to go wash my fingers now, because this is just getting tragic. I will be right back. 30 seconds, you all can count. Ready? 1... Record time. Oh, God. Have you heard of Alan Turing? Yes, I have. Have you seen the movie about Alan Turing? It was fantastic. I really enjoyed that movie. Also, I feel like as a computer science major, I would be a very terrible one if I hadn't heard of Alan Turing before. I'm bored. Oh, Sandpie, my poor friend. I'm very sorry to hear that. We're about to get into the next juicy part of our building, but, you know, I can't convince a man to love rocks if he doesn't love rocks. Alright, so, the next thing to make is what we've been talking about for a little while, which is making the little log cabin. Benedict Cumberbatch was great. He was. It's weird because I can't ever see him in anything except for Sherlock. Like, when I see him anywhere, that's the role I associate with him with. But I think he did a great job in that movie. Like, he proper played the character. And it was super respectful, too. Because, you know, the ending of that movie and the ending of Alan Turing's life was an injustice. Oh my god. Black-eyed fish. Have to flex on everyone throwing in that extra bit on you guys. Thank you very much, Black-eyed fish. My god. You guys are too much today. What are you all spoiling me for? I haven't even done anything yet. Agree. You can keep it, Black-eyed fish. The gold badge thing. Aha. Boys. It is a shame that you can only have 3 badges. Which one got taken away? Because weren't you also your mod, your subscriber? Very nice. I appreciate the loyalty, my friends. I will give you bits if you do a backflip. I will not break my neck for some bits, but I appreciate the offer. Should I do like a stream where I do weird things for money? That feels like super extortion-like though. I really just want to hang out with people. Feels vape man, right? But yeah, Dank, I think you're brilliant. Like, the idea of drawing on this thing, especially because it's flat, it's blank, like, if I peel off the sticker, I could actually deck it out with a design. Did you have any ideas for what you were gonna put on it? Not that I'm just gonna go in and cop all your ideas, but that's what separates the rich streamers from the regular streamers. I suppose that's true. Listen, I feel like you're getting my philosophies wrong here, Senpai. If I can earn enough in, like, a month to get myself a free on Twitch's tab burger, that's, like, to me, that's already a success. Because, like, what do I do here? I get on, I talk with people, I hang out for a little while, and then, like, if anyone gives me anything for the enjoyment of my company, that's already insane to me. And I mean, on the flip side, I have so much respect for people who can make, like, a bajillion dollars. Like, I know that Shroud just bought a new house, and it's like a multi-million-dollar mansion, basically strictly off of Twitch earnings, which is insane. It's fantastic. That to me is, like, such a sign of the times, you know? The fact that people can make a living doing something they love. And in his case, something they're exceptionally good at. I mean, he was a professional player, but it's insane. Alright, I've just been aimlessly cutting cardboard without thinking about what I'm actually doing, which is very dangerous. The problem with this box is I stole this one from Dunkin' Donuts, so there's just grease stains on the outside. But we could just pretend that it's part of the aesthetic. You know, a cow-spotted log cabin, if you will. A friend of mine bought a house with Bitcoin. That friend of yours is very smart. You know what? The thing about Bitcoin is, every single time there's been big news about Bitcoin being on the rise, I'm like, I should get in on this. I should invest some money. Oh, but it can't keep going up. And if I had actually bought some the first time I thought that, like 3 years ago, I still would have made a profit off of Bitcoin. So, fuck me. You can say the same thing for musicians, though. About what? Ask a silly question, let me ask you a silly question. Say the same thing about what? He bought the Bitcoin so that he could buy things on the Silk Road. Yeah, I've taken part in that, but all the Bitcoin ended up being used, is the thing. The sound. My sound? Still better than 2 times. Dang, is my sound scuffed again? You know, I re-listened to the VODs, because I was curious about how bad the audio gets. I think it sounds a lot worse at Alex's house than it does here. I'm still getting that mic, guys. Debatable. Oh, you just mean the song, or are you talking about my audio? Hello, Vandigan! Hello, my friend! Hello! How are you doing today? Oh, I'm an actual idiot. Like, I cannot even describe to you how painful that whole monologue I had about my audio was, because this is literally the 1975, the sound. So we're just gonna not clip that, and then we're just gonna pretend it never happened. About doing something you love and you are good at and still being able to live off of it. That's very true. Though for musicians, I feel like it's harder because at least when you play video games, you have this up-and-coming platform, Twitch. But for music, for the most part, if you're like a classically trained musician, then you have to get taken up into like orchestras, you know, theaters, places that would let you play. And if you aren't a classically trained musician, like you're trying to make actual beats to go on the radio, you have to get taken up by radio stations, by labels. So the amount of people that can make it on that is also super duper slim. What's the Silk Road? Never heard of it before. Dank, are you... What mic do you have? Oh, I was going to type drugs, but I pressed enter. I don't have a mic. I have the Logitech C920, which just has 2 big mics on the sides. The bigger issue is my laptop is super old, so the stuff that sounds like fuzz or like scuffed audio is actually the fan of my laptop whirring exceptionally loud as it struggles to keep up with Streamlabs. So, that's me. When you are a musician, you need to spend money to buy equipment and travel. That's also true, so it's riskier. I don't know if it's riskier. Like what Shroud has on Twitch, right? I don't know if he could ever consider that something secure, because any day Twitch can, lose favor with everyone who watches on it. Like right now, how they're getting rid of ad-free viewing for subscribers. So they could very quickly destroy their entire thing. And then Shroud would probably have a hard time moving on to something like YouTube. I mean, as hard of a time as someone with like that much following can, but you know, it's not guaranteed. You need equipment for streaming too, a nice computer, a nice webcam. Aha! Ask a silly question. That's where you're wrong, because I have a very, very crappy laptop. Here, check this out, guys. Check out what's going on where you all are. This is my high-tech computer that I stream with, and that I do all my school stuff with, and that I do a lot of work and research stuff with. So it's a dinky old computer, but it kind of does what I need. Yeah, but you will use the computer for gaming anyway. That's also true. I have a computer for gaming. It's just not on my desk, is the thing. By the way, Migla, you're already a big streamer if you have problems with fans. That's also true. You know, I'm still hesitant to say something like I'm a big streamer, but I'm already where I want to be. Like, I've been on here for less than a month, and the fact that there are a few people who consistently turn up to chat with me, and even people who don't consistently turn up, just anyone who comes back a second time just to hang out with me, that to me is already success, because that's literally all I wanted to do on here. Yes, but you are not making millions of dollars. Who needs millions, though? Yeah. I don't need to be making millions of dollars. One, because I think if you go on Twitch aiming for that, you're going to have an exceptionally hard and bad time on here. But also because Twitch isn't like my end goal. Like, this to me will probably always be my hobby. Even if I was making millions of dollars on it, you know, this is something I want to be able to come home after a long, stressful day, sit down, just chat with you guys, hang out. I don't want to have to go on 7 days a week and grind out like 12-hour-long streams just to find subscribers, you know? I want to be here as long as I can keep doing the things that I enjoy, making holes for rocks and building rocket ships, all that type of stuff. That's what I'm in it for. I mean, being a millionaire would be nice, but that's also a lot of pressure too. Like, even now, I feel like I owe everyone something. I have, hold on, where did I put my stack shit? I have this stack of cards that I'm working on for everyone who subscribed. So there's already a lot of work to be doing. This one's empty, but you know, I'm in no rush. Even in life, that amount of money is excessive. Actually, though, dang, $1 million is nothing. Like, a millionaire is not a person who's fiscally secure, to be perfectly honest with you, especially if you spend those millions of dollars. So if you have $1 million home, I would say that being a millionaire shouldn't be your aim. If you have $1 million home, you should be a billionaire. Then maybe you can be safe. But same goes for musician, though. Did I misunderstand something? Maybe I misunderstood something. It's entirely possible that we're all just misunderstanding each other. Someone feel free to clarify. We're gonna make this goddamn house. Alright, so we just need to size it. This little, like, piece in the back, I'm gonna do this gingerbread house style. This piece in the back is gonna be, like, the backboard. And then I'll build up the sides, but I'll leave the front open just so that we could see inward. And then we'll pop a roof on that bad boy, and then we'll paint it to look like it's got actual logs on it. It's gonna be fantastic. Then we can put the tree in. Demise, hello, welcome back, my friend. How are you doing on this lovely day / afternoon / middle of the night? We were just being productive, and I wasn't getting distracted at all. Not one teensy bit. I think this is probably going to have to be a little bit smaller. It would be cool if I could find some tiny LED lights or something else to pop in here, though, just so I can have some permanent lighting. Hey, chat, what's your favorite artist? Music-wise? Art-wise? Like Picasso? Van Gogh is probably my favorite artist. I'm good. Yourself? Demised. You already know. I'm always doing fantastic, my friend. I'm on here, hanging out, building a home for my rocks. How could I possibly complain? I'm glad to hear that you're doing well, though. That's always good. You must be a girl with shoes like that. Said you know me well. You little Stephen and Joanna on the back of my hotel. Someone who makes music or art, if you have a fave. I think fave is exceptionally hard to say. Like, you, maybe if you pinned it down by genre. Like, hip hop, I love Kanye. Kanye West, to me, makes consistent bangers, and I've loved him for many years, right? But then if we're talking about, like, I don't know, folk, right? So, like, Shaky Graves is an absolutely amazing artist. But then there is King Cruel. King Cruel is probably up there. If I had to do like top 3 of any genre of any time, it would probably be Kanye, King Cruel, and maybe Shaky Graves. He might be able to be knocked out. But Billy Pepe Hands. I've never heard of Billy Pepe Hands. What's his most famous song? Good, good. Yeah. I think I hyperextended my leg a little. Feels bad, man. How did you manage to hyperextend your leg? That's harsh. Favorite anything changes daily. I think that's a good way to live life, though. Like, it means you're always opening to finding something else new. People who are super religious about who they'll say is their favorite, you know, how are you going to live your life like that? You always have to be open to the idea that you might just meet someone who will be even better. I was talking about Billy Harrington, and Pepe Hands is an emote. Ah. As you can tell. I'm a noob. Alright. Is this gonna be too small now? I got a little trigger happy with all the clipping. Do you guys think this is gonna be too tiny, or is this like prime cabin size? Can't really tell, but I want something in the back, and then we could have it like going forward a little bit. Sometimes you find something that is so good it's hard to top. Well, Sandpie, do you have something that's so good that it's hard to top? Who's your favorite? I was running and there was an increase on the sidewalk, so I extended my leg to get over it. Drink milk, kids. Oh god, you poor thing. I'm sorry. That does suck. I luckily have never really been afflicted with anything serious. I've never sprained anything, I've never broken anything, and obviously, knock on wood, but I've been very lucky in that regard to have good bones. Billy Harrington is a lad, is he? I mean, if you would like to share, you can always play Billy Harrington. That exclamation point SR in the chat, and then hit me up with any song. He was an artist and a performance artist. I'm an idiot. Good cabin. Thank you. We're gonna deck it out. Like, I really want to paint it proper. All-time favorite is probably Jagged Jazzist. I also don't know who that is. If you guys want to throw photos in the chat, I don't know, this is +1 a liter a day here. Do you actually drink a liter a day of milk? That's kind of disgusting, Dank. I'm sorry. Yeah, I drink a lot of milk explains a lot. I've broken so many bones playing football. Well, yeah, Demise, when you're playing football, that's understandable, but I'm an extremely unfit person, so I feel like I have no excuse to be breaking bones. In the hip-hop genre, it's probably Anderson .Paak. Alright, Anderson .Paak is up there. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to hip-hop, it's hard to pick a favorite. If I had to pick someone besides Kanye, there's a lot of people who have 1 or 2 bangers that I really, really love, but I don't know if I would call them, like, all-time faves. Do you really want to hear some... Got you. Sure. I'll listen to anything. Unless the person was like a visual artist and I just completely misunderstood you. Have you guys ever heard of, how do you pronounce her name? Marina Ambrovich? Or something that's vaguely spelt like that? She's a performance artist. And, I mean, she's had a lot of different performances that were notable. But there was one where she stood in front of a crowd and she just had a table laid out with things that people could use on her. So there was like a pair of scissors, there was a rose, there was a gun, and she just stood out there for like, I forget how long it was, hours of the day, and she just let people do whatever they wanted to her, and she wouldn't say anything, she wouldn't protest, and at the beginning everyone was very nice. Then they started like removing her clothes, cutting her hair, people started pricking her with a rose, and then at the end, someone actually started pointing the gun at her. This is a very terrible rendition of the whole artistic masterpiece, but I couldn't do it justice regardless of how I told this story. So if you haven't heard of this, It's an absolutely insane piece of performance art, and you should check it out. Plus, I think it's pretty powerful. The way that she involved the audience in the work. I wish I had the endurance to do performance art like that. Yeah, that shit was fucked up. Very disturbing. Yeah, it was. She also did the one series where she and her lover. This was a smaller piece, but her and her lover were standing with a bow and arrow between them, and her guy was holding the drawstring of the arrow pulled back. She was holding the bow, and like they stood there leaning back in a way that if he hadn't let go, she would have been shot by the arrow. That was also very weird. I don't know, she's just had a lot of good stuff. All I'm sure about is my 3 favorite rap albums. Good Kid, Mad City. I don't even know if that's Kendrick's best album. It's up there. Illmatic, Marshall Mathers LP1. Alright, I think your choices are a little bit arguable, but I respect your opinion. Dang. Need to spend more time on other music. That's also probably true. What else do you like, Dang? Like, if you had to force yourself to branch out into different genres, who would you give a go? Ooh, Good Kid, Mad City was amazing. To Pimp a Butterfly may be my fave Kendrick, though. Yeah. I feel like he had better albums. There were some songs on there that were both bangers and also hard hitters, you know what I mean? Like, not in the rhythmic sense, but in the lyrical sense. Kendrick, I know. He's a babe. Also, Young AJX, hello, welcome back, my friend. How are you doing on this lovely afternoon, night, whatever, wherever? I can't tell. Do you guys think this cabin is going to be too shallow, or should I keep it like this? Because, for example, if, like, Bartholomew's chilling in there, like, he's barely covered by it, but I feel like maybe that's how it should be. Like, maybe he shouldn't be all the way back in the shadows. Decent. All right. I'm glad to hear it. Decent is always better than any of the alternatives. Now, Good Kid is clearly the best for me. I put Damn above. Yeah. I don't know. I thought all of his albums were fantastic, or at least each of them had songs that really struck a chord with me. Do you have a favorite rock album? Let me think on this. I guess even then you have to break it into genres. So, like, okay, so, like, if we're talking about more grungy type of music, then probably Nirvana's Bleach is one of my favorite grunge albums. Obviously, that's still, like, it's early Nirvana, but it's still, like, basic grunge. Mudhoney also had a couple of really good albums, but then if we're talking about, like, pop punk, which I guess you could still consider rock depending on how generous you are, there are a lot of really good albums in there that bring back a lot of memories of high school for me. If we're talking about punk rock, you know, I don't know. There's a lot of albums that I really enjoy. There's a lot of artists that I really enjoy. A lot of songs. Some of them I can't even name by name. But like, if you showed me the album cover, I would know the one. Although they're all amazing. Yeah, they are. Damn is good, but as an album, To Pimp a Butterfly is the best. Yeah, I think as far as his albums go, To Pimp a Butterfly is probably one of his best works. I didn't think Damn was that exceptional. To me, it had some bangers like everything else that's Kendrick. So like Lust was a really fantastic song on there. I was surprised that Lust got as little airplay as it did. Like the songs that the radio stations chose off of that album to make famous were kind of strange to me. They seemed like unintuitive answers for me. Folk metal, anyone? I mean, folk punk, yes. Like Johnny Hobo and the Freight Trains. So if you want to say folk punk, then absolutely. But I've never listened to folk metal. Unless we're talking about the same thing under different names, because really, I don't know. I feel like some folk punk, well, not traditional metal sounding, could fall under some interesting categories. Ask a silly question. Do you have a favorite folk metal album? Or are you fucking around? Because I'm not fucking around. Also, the fact that I saw Damn live this year has influenced me. That's very true. If I could have seen Kendrick live, it probably would have been my favorite. Any artist that I've been able to see live always ends up being my favorite. Something about the experience of the crowd, being there with the artist. It's fantastic. Yeah, I saw Damn live as well. It was amazing. You guys are so lucky. I wish. I think the most recent actual concert that I ended up going to was the Front Bottoms. I don't know if you guys have ever listened to the Front Bottoms, but they're like a really edgy pop, folkish, punk group. I mean, now they're mostly just pop, but when I listened to them, they had some tunes that were going more on like pop punk, folk punk type of stuff. They were absolutely fantastic. They were my angst music late high school. We could actually listen to some the Front Bottoms. I'll play them. And Sifram, Elven King, Equilibrium. Is that actually a thing? I will look this up as soon as I'm done gluing this roof piece, because now I'm really interested in what folk metal sounds like. All of them starting with the letter E. If you're actually serious, I'll be impressed. Oh, this album that's playing right now, so this is Joywave. I think the album was titled How Do You Feel? But their album was fantastic. Like, if you just want things that are kind of electronic-y, kind of poppy, but it's not chill hop, their album is fantastic. They have a lot of songs that are kind of more upbeat, so it's not all just slow tunes. I really enjoy that. There are 3 different bands. Like, here in Norway, the metal Nordic music is amazing. Yeah, of course. Norway is known for having exceptional stuff like that. I think the metal I'm most familiar with is probably German metal. And I'm, like, very vaguely, very low-key familiar with it. Like, I know Rammstein, and that's basically it. But, like, I would always love to be convinced to love metal. I have nothing against the music, I just don't have time to check out every single genre that I want to. Now that you're everything that I'm supposed to be. Like Enslaved. Elven King are my favorite. Ask a silly question. Can you recommend an Elven King song? Actually, even better would be if we put an Elven King song in our queue. I suggest you listen to Season Speech by Elven King. That song is amazing. I don't know if you typed that before you saw me ask for it, but yes. Well, we could just do this. Season Speech, Elven King. Hopefully that's the right one. Hopefully Nightclock gets it right this time. But, we'll see. When they come up, you might have to point it out to me, because I don't see the song queue in front of me. But it's now in the song queue. It's fantastic. I'm excited to hear what this sounds like. I listen to a whole lot of everything, though. I feel lucky. I feel like a lot of people are not necessarily pretentious, but they just aren't open to new ideas and what good music can be. I've really tried listening to everything. Like, there's even a genre that's just wall of sound, which is just a lot of exceptionally loud and droning noises blasting through the speakers, and I tried to listen to it. Because the justification for people who claim that they enjoyed it was that if you're really stressed out and you really just want to drone out your entire day, you put on wall of sound. It's just literally a wall of sound, and you don't have brain space to think about anything else. Would I casually listen to wall of sound? Probably not. But I can understand the justification of it. Yes, that's the correct one. Alright, so we'll see. In my opinion, Norway and Sweden creates the best metal. What do you think it is about that region? Germany also makes very good metal, but what do you think it is about that region that just makes them produce such good tunes? Not just black metal, not a big fan of that. I'm not sure if I'm interpreting your comment correctly. Are you saying you're not a fan of black metal, or that they make not only good? I don't know. You're gonna have to clarify here, my friend. I'm gonna add some little details to this house. So you've got like a little stable going on. Oh, it's gonna need a floor too, duh. Yeah, this is looking a lot more like, I don't know, the stable that Jesus was born in or something, but we're gonna make it look official. Don't even sweat. We just have to keep on adding details until it looks like something that we want. It's fantastic though. I'm really excited to paint this log cabin. Ooh, we can add a little, fuck, what's it called? A chimney to the top of it too. I think that would make it look very legitimate. We had a nice chimney. We could cut a window out of the back. This has to be the folk metal song, right? It is. I'm waiting to hear more vocals before I say anything. Alright, I do have one qualm with it, right? And this is not just with this song, but with this type of music in general. I really don't like when metal music has the high-pitched male voice. I like the growling, I like the regular, like, dude voice, but the high-pitched male voice, that's found mostly in, like, poppy metal. I feel like it detracts from the mood, for me, personally. But the music itself, I like it. I don't know about the lyricism, but the tune in the background speaks to me. I feel like I could make a folk metal song and get away with it now. Make a gingerbread house too. This could basically be a gingerbread house. I mean, listen, Rotten Begotten, this is our universe. We can make it whatever we want it to be. We can paint this to look like a gingerbread house, like with icing and everything, and just have that there. Would that be cute? What do you guys think? Should we make this have a gingerbread house in there? In some parts of the region, it's completely dark for a couple months a year. That may be some of it. In addition, we have good support for artists, so we get to make a lot of music. I feel like that second part would have more to do with it than the first. I mean, Alaska also has months of darkness, but I don't think Alaska's producing, like, exceptional amounts of heavy metal, unless I'm just out of the loop, which is completely possible. The vocal in the song changes based on what season is singing. Okay, so the vocals are more to tell the tale. That makes sense. It's called season speech for a reason. So then for the other songs, do they not use that type of vocal? Like, I'm not completely shitting on the vocals. It's just that is a specific nitpick from me with this type of music. Whoever sends no gets the boot. Sends no for what? Oh, for the gingerbread house. Sorry. Yeah, I feel like you guys should probably, it would be pretty cool. Plus, if we change our mind, whoops, I'm stupid. No, it's fine. It's fine. I understood, eventually. I think it's me who's a little slow on this one. Excuse me, stupidity. You're not stupid, my friend. It's okay. Keeping track of all of this stuff also gets me muddled. So it's perfectly fine. But yeah, I feel like a gingerbread house would be even more fun to make than if we just went ahead and made a basic log cabin. What do you guys think, though? Someone besides Rotten Begotten who is now completely biased. Should we make a gingerbread house, or should we make a log cabin in here? Oh god. Crooked. Oh my god, I'm just gonna stop talking. Rotten Begotten, it's fine. You're doing okay, my friend. Please don't stop talking. I love it when you come in chat. I am cutting this the wrong way. Log cabin. Alright. So we have one vote for log cabin and one vote for gingerbread house. I don't even know what my personal vote is. I guess I don't really have a strong opinion either way. Because I think we could go and make it look cute regardless. Though if we were going to go for gingerbread house, we could go way more all in. Gingerbread house doesn't fit the enclosure. You don't fit me either. Alright, friends. Yeah, you know what? Let's go with log cabin, and then once Christmas rolls around, as part of like my 12 days of obnoxious Christmas streaming, we can do an actual gingerbread house together. Like really, really deck it out. Like I want to see a proper gingerbread house. Does that sound good? Is it a plan? Yes, isn't it so cute? It's got a little, I mean, don't mind the grease stains in the back. Those aren't cute, but, I think this is looking pretty nice. And then, it basically perfectly fits Bartholomew. It looks kind of like he's Jesus in a stable, but besides that, it's fantastic. I think I'm also going to cut a little window out of the back of it. And then we can get to the actual painting. Because we're being productive. Look at this. I've only been on for an hour and a half, and we've actually completed things. If you guys aren't proud of me, I'm proud of me. Nay, I'm proud of us. Shoot, I also actually technically only have like 45 more minutes to do this. Because once my mom gets home, part of the reason that I'm home today is I wanted to hang out with my mom before I disappear for another 6 days. So I'm gonna have to go in that amount of time, which is fine because now for once we have a goal. We have a time goal to work towards, which means I can't dilly-dally. Oh yeah, I think if I have to give an overall review of folk metal, I suppose it's what I expected it to sound like, but I kind of like it. Is it something I would listen to casually? Probably yes, actually. This might actually go and join my ranks of playlists. Since I'm into so many different types of music, I also have an exceptionally large collection of playlists just to keep track of everything that I enjoy. So this will go in there. I've also been thinking of changing my Spotify name just so I can share my playlists on the Discord. Oh. Alright, look at this. Now we got a little teeny tiny peephole here. So all the mountain people can peek into what our rocks are doing. I think this is looking banging. Alright. It's juicy, boys. The window's a little crooked, but we're just gonna pretend it isn't. Now the rock won't get any privacy. It's okay. This is, at its heart, an enclosure. We only need to give them the illusion of privacy. They won't have any real privacy. When all of our tourists are coming by checking out these beautiful rocks, you know, there won't be any escape. Alright. I'm impressed with the time that we actually got this done in. So, let's get to the next juicy section, which is going to be actually painting this log cabin. I want to try and get it to look like it's got actual logs on it, but we'll see, because I only have one shade of brown, probably. So, that's too real. Yeah, I know. Listen. No one said that we were going to be the most humanitarian rock enclosure. It's just going to be an enclosure. And then I suppose once we paint the logs, we can try and see whether or not the plastic will still fit on this. So I legit spilled my iced tea, made my socks wet. Ugh, that's gross. I don't want to be thinking about your moist feet over here. That's disturbing, man. Put on some dry socks, please. And now that you've shared this information with us, please tell us once you put on dry socks, because otherwise I'm going to be thinking about your wet feet for half the stream. That's the worst feeling, Black Eyed Fish. Yeah. I recently purchased my first official pair of my own shoes. Like, I had to save up because I wanted to get myself a proper pair of shoes that I could wear daily. I ended up getting Nike Free Runs, which are an exceptional shoe. Kind of expensive, or at least for me. I guess for a Nike they weren't all that bad. But I got those, and they're a fantastic shoe. I wear them almost every single day because they're still my one shoe. But the problem with them is that they're made of this fly knit fabric, and whenever you step in a puddle or it rains ever so slightly, all the water just seeps directly through the shoe. And I am almost impressed, if I wasn't already so sad about the fatal design flaw that is. Having wet feet is the absolute worst. Last year in the winter, actually, I went to New York City with my friends, and we were hanging out into the night. Like, we were hitting all the food spots. We literally went from Chelsea Market, which is a place full of gourmet food, to McDonald's, which is a place full of not gourmet food, and back to Chelsea Market to eat more food. That was the whole afternoon. We just ate. But it was the middle of winter, snow was melting, and about halfway through that afternoon, I stepped into a giant icy puddle with my Nikes. My feet were soaking wet the entire night, and then after that I got sick. There's really no moral to any of these stories. Except maybe don't be stupid, like I occasionally am. That happens. Alright, I'm whipping out the browns. We're doing this. Yikes. Yeah, I feel like yikes is the only appropriate response to that entire thing. It was very, very sad and disappointing. And since we were so far from home, sure, the afternoon was only halfway done, but like by the time I actually made it to my house, hours and hours had passed. It was terrible. But I learned my lesson. I'm not entirely sure what the lesson was, whether the lesson was to never go outside of the house or what, but a lesson was learned. Alright, I don't really have proper brown. I have this, which is like broken, so it might all be dried on the inside, and then I have gold, but we're gonna make this work. No sweat, because I also have black. Okay, new question before I need to sleep. No, don't sleep, just stay up all night. Just kidding, I love sleep. I would never encourage someone to not do the thing. Favorite TV show? See, even that, it's really hard. Like, if we're talking about super serious stuff, I love The Sopranos. Not just because I'm from New Jersey, but that show is an absolute work of art. So, I love The Sopranos. I'm recently watching The Handmaid's Tale, which is a show that I love because I'm always scared to turn it on. Every single episode genuinely upsets me. Not like in a sad way, but in an angry, hurt, confused kind of way. So I'm scared to watch the show. But I think the fact that a show can make me scared to watch it is an impressive feat. So that's up there. God, I don't know. What's your favorite show, Sandpie? Handmaid's Tale is so depressing, but so good. It is. Is that your favorite, though? What is your absolute favorite TV show? It's just hard to say. There's been so much art out there, you know? If we're talking about comedy shows, Letterkenny is a very fantastic show. It's about a Canadian town, not the Irish town of Letterkenny. But that one's also absolutely hilarious. Oh, of course, this paint is just... I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, but it's like just a puff of paint. We're going to see if I can pop it out, though. Ed, Ed, and Eddie for life. Oh my god. I love The Man in the High Castle. I've actually never watched The Man in the High Castle. What is it about? Don't mind me. Twin Peaks. Alright, yeah, Twin Peaks is a great show. See, there's too many fantastic things that have been out there for... Oh, this is so sad. This is so sad. Hold on a second. I just need you all to appreciate what just happened to my paintbrush. This paint straight up snapped the brush. I'm convinced that there might be some liquid paint on the inside of this puck if you're wondering why I'm trying so hard to get it out. But no, maybe that's probably hopeless, and so is this paintbrush now. Fuck. Alright, no sweat. We have gold and we have black, which we might still be able to do something with. Ouch, no. You know, no sweat. This is going to be a good reason to go out and buy some new paint. Takes a look at what the world might look had the outcome of World War II turned out differently. In this dystopian scenario, the Axis powers won the war, leading to the United States being divided into 3 parts, an area controlled by the Japanese and Nazi-controlled section, and a buffer zone between the two. Holy shit, where's my pen? The Man in the High Castle? Is what it was called? This sounds like exactly my type of show. I love World War II shit. I mean, I understand that this is still about the present day, but I love World War II shit. I love dystopian shows and movies. That sounds amazing. Brought and begun? Thank you. This is my honorary post-it note that I end up having to whip out every stream when someone in chat says something really smart. So, congrats, Brought and Begun. You got me to pull it out today. That sounds dirty. Alright, I'm gonna check that out. That sounds exceptional. Westworld is also amazing. Sandpie. I'm not disagreeing with you, but what did you think about the 2nd season? Because I loved Westworld in the 1st season. My man and I watched it religiously. Like, we would get together just to watch the premieres. Oh, Game of Thrones. Hold on. Let me throw this out there. Forget everything I said about favorite shows. Game of Thrones. But, anyway, do you think Westworld is still good in the second season? Because I found it nearly unwatchable. I thought the dialogue was so super cheesy and the storytelling just wasn't as mind-blowing as the first season. And then Alex had a theory after we gave up on watching it because of the cheesy dialogue, that the cheesy dialogue was on purpose, since technically speaking, are people going to get mad if I say things about the show? Is this kind of spoilers? But technically speaking, right, all of the hosts are right now taking on this entire thing as one last storyline, right? By the one guy, I forget his name. But it's supposed to be his last storyline, so we're thinking that maybe the storyline is the host breaking out of the place, which would explain the cheesy dialogue, because that's supposed to highlight the fact that it was written. But it's to the point where I can't tell whether the cheesy dialogue is supposed to be there and it's intentionally supposed to tell us that the hosts are still being controlled, or whether it's just cheesy, shitty dialogue. I can't tell. Top 3 everything. So, Top Gear, Ed, Edd and Eddy, Rick and Morty. Honestly, yeah, I really do think Rick and Morty is fantastic. Cartoons, that would be up there for me. I don't try and high horse that shit. No, I mean, those are fantastic shows. I watch shows because I want deep, engrossing stories that will take me on a trip, you know? Which is why, like, Rick and Morty is a fantastic show, but I won't put it in my top 3 of all shows just because what I look for in a show is a little bit different. But I don't disagree with you, Dan. It was good, kind of lost the magic at some point, but I still enjoyed it. To be fair, Sandpie, I feel like you would be in a position where you could offer me guidance on this. Do you think that I should finish the season? We are like 3/4 of the way through, and it seems so exceptionally cheesy that we're tempted to just drop it. Does it get good enough that I should finish it? Or what do you think? TMITHC. What is TMITHC? Salem from Dusk Till Dawn. Ron Begun. I've actually never heard of any of those shows. Which ones? Pick one favorite one that you think I might enjoy, and then like explain it to me, because I might be into that. Does anyone know how to make brown? Because this is already clearly not going to work. Like, mixing the black and the gold is just looking like absolute poop. TBH, I'm more of a movie person anyway. Alright, so then the different question becomes, what's your favorite movie? Because I still can't say that. The Man in the High Castle. Alright, I might have to check that out too. I mean, if you just have a couple of episodes left, I would watch it. Yeah, I guess for the sake of completionism, I probably shouldn't just drop it. Guys, I feel stupid. What mixes together to make brown? Purple and yellow, blue and orange, or red and green. Red and green, yeah. You're right. We can do this. I can't believe I actually attempted to mix black and gold together to make a nice brown. Thank you very much, Ask a Silly Question. I feel like you've been helpful in just allowing me to ask silly questions and then you answering them intelligently. My favorite movie is Donnie Darko. Yes! Donnie Darko was one of my favorite films. If we're talking about completely soul-destroying movies now, I think Requiem for a Dream. I haven't watched it in years, but when I did watch Requiem for a Dream, I remember crying so hard at the end that I was actually a little bit angry at the film. No. Alright, guys, real talk. We're getting serious here. If you want to have your afternoon absolutely ruined, like be emotionally destroyed by a movie, you have to, Sandpie, if you liked Requiem for a Dream because it made you so sad, you have to watch the movie Dancer in the Dark. It has that singer, Bjork is in it. It's just, oh my god, that was worse than Requiem for a Dream. That movie was absolutely soul-destroying. Dancer in the Dark. It was infuriating. It was everything. Tell me anyone in chat has seen Dancer in the Dark. I need someone to gush about this too. If you love gore, super creepy stuff in Salem, if you want thriller mixed with comedy from Dusk Till Dawn, the series, I would probably go more towards gore, actually. Thank you, though. Asylum movies are the best. Yeah, they're fun to watch. What was that Asylum movie with, what's his name? Leonardo DiCaprio. That was pretty good. Trainspotting. If Bjork's in it, I'm there. Yeah, no, Dank, write this movie down. I'm telling you, it will destroy your soul. Like, this is a really, really fucked up movie. And don't be put off by the fact that there's some musical stuff in there. Like, it might even seem really cheesy when Bjork breaks into song, but I promise you, at the end of the movie, it all makes sense and it's absolutely soul destroying. Like, that movie was fucked, fucked, fucked. So yeah, if any of you want to have your night absolutely ruined, that's my personal recommendation. Shutter Island was BS. What do you have against Shutter Island, dang? I thought it was pretty good. It was a thriller, and then at the end, it was a big surprise. It's fantastic. It's Lars von Trier. Yeah. Lars von Trier movies are insane. Have you ever seen Nymphomaniac? I've seen the Nymphomaniac, like, series of movies. Those movies are also insane. So if we want to talk about, like, not pornos, but pornographic, you know what I mean, movies, his Nymphomaniac series was absolutely insane. And those movies are long as hell, too, like, painfully long. So if you want to watch something sexy and kind of soul-destroying, but not really, there's that. Oh, this is turning into a nice brown. Well, we might have to mix something else in here, but we'll see. Maybe I just need more red. But yeah, Lars von Trier, if you ever want to watch fucked up movies, is that. Saving Private Ryan is my all-time favorite movie. Watched it like 23 times. Then Would Be Shooter, watched it 12 times. I've never heard of Would Be Shooter. Hold on, I'm gonna Google this. How am I gonna reach my keyboard? Don't mind me. I feel kind of weird Googling Would-Be Shooter. Movie. Oh, it's just called Shooter? Can you link that movie? Because I've never heard of it, and I'm also not seeing it on Google. Saving Private Ryan has the best audio I've seen in any movie ever. I don't know, that's a pretty big promise there. I actually don't think I've ever watched Saving Private Ryan in full. I've seen clips of it multiple times. And like little bits and pieces that I've caught it, but I've never sat down to watch that. Should I? Oh, this is fantastic. God, you were so right. Like, this is a perfect brand. God damn. It's still not my favorites. Whiplash was a good movie. I've also never heard of Whiplash. If you want something that's just glorifies violence, there was... Oh, what was this movie called? Alright, I suppose this is going to be a bit of movie trivia for you movie buffs, right? There is a movie... Alright. The man who plays Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr., is in that movie, but this was a very long time ago. The lead character is a bald guy, and there's a girl with him. They together go on a crime spree across the country, and the movie ends with a shootout. What movie is this? Because I actually don't remember the title of this. Shooter. Okay, yeah, that was the one that came up on Google. I think I just ended up Googling would-be shooter, and then that didn't take me to where I wanted. Oh, conspiracy action thriller. That sounds like my kind of movie. Have you seen The Life of Brian or Monty Python and the Holy Grail? No, I have not. Here's the thing, right? So I'm not an American, and when I know you guys aren't Americans also, but at least with my family, like, they're very much not in on these movies, so I never grew up with those movies around me. I only started watching those things as I got older, which is also why, like, I've never seen Saving Private Ryan, because no one in my family has seen Saving Private Ryan. Does that make sense, or does that just sound douchey? Always look on the bright side of life. That's the spirit. If you Googled would-be shooter, you're on a list now. I'm pretty sure I've already been on a list for a very long time. I'm not even concerned. Listen, if we have government people watching, if ICE is watching, love you guys. Danger 5. Allied super team Danger 5 reunite after years of far-flung obscurity to stop Hitler's ultimate quest for world domination. In the 1980s, excess-soaked universe of neon, ninjas, discos, dinosaurs, pizza, and prom queens. Black Eye Fish, that sounds exceptional. Life of Brian was banned in Norway when it came out. Really? Is that serious? Inglourious Bastards. Okay. I feel like now I'm actually figuring out what my top movies in life are. So, when it comes to completely soul-destroying movies, it's going to be a tie between Requiem for a Dream and Dancer in the Dark. When it comes to just movies in general, one of my all-time favorites ever is Inglourious Bastards. That movie is a piece of art. Everything is so masterful. The use of suspense in that film is unreal. Please tell me someone else agrees with me, because I'm going to be a little bit hurt if no one else thinks this movie is exceptional. Anything Tarantino, really. Yeah, I like his films in general. Like, he always just makes fantastic stuff, but I think specifically that movie, probably because, like I mentioned, I have a strong bias towards World War II things, towards kind of dystopian stuff. I don't know if you could really call Nazi Germany dystopian, but it was a dystopia that really took place. The visuals are fantastic. The use of suspense is exceptional. I love his writing. Like, the dialogue is insane. And by insane, I mean the dialogue is, like, strangely casual for all of the situations. Like, when serious things are happening, all of the characters are always just talking about really normal stuff. Like, even in that gun scene in the bar. If you love World War II movies, then watch The Black Book. It's amazing. I do love World War II movies. I'm actually way more partial towards the Vietnam War, but, The Black Book. Rex Orange County, stop, what are you doing? What do you mean? Rex Orange County is fantastic. Have you heard the song that he did with, Tyler, the Creator? I forget what it's called. Something all, it's like a 3-word title. I don't know. Have you seen Dunkirk? I saw the, like, 3rd quarter of Dunkirk. I haven't seen the full movie. I just stumbled on my dad watching it. Cause see, now we're getting in with the up-to-date hip movies. But no, I haven't seen Dunkirk in full. Should I? Do you guys have recommendations for, like, Vietnam War movies? Is that too specific to ask for? Because I have seen basically every single documentary that there is to see about the Vietnam War. I've listened to podcasts. Something about that just really fascinates me. Probably because of the high degree of fuck-up that whole war was. Like, it was just so exceptionally bad. So exceptionally stupid. What a failure of policy and people. And it lasted for so long. The atrocities were brutal. I don't know, Vietnam is a very interesting war to study, I think. And movies. If you like anime, or maybe if you think you don't, watch Paprika. I actually have not watched enough anime to have an opinion. I've seen that one anime where the guy is an exceptional chef and his cooking is so good that when you eat it, your shirt pops off. You know what I'm talking about. Watch Paprika. I'm gonna write Paprika, but then animes, because Paprika is also a spice. Paprika is so good with 3 O's. Alright, I'll check it out, guys. Tropic Thunder. Okay. I also have not seen Tropic Thunder. Probably most movies that you think are, like, classics. I just haven't had the opportunity to see. But it's nice, though, because now I'm older and I feel like I'm gonna appreciate those movies more when I do watch them for the first time. Full Metal Jacket! Rotten Begotten. Okay. There's so many fucked up movies that are my favorite. As far as war movies that I've seen go, Full Metal Jacket is my favorite. That movie, what a ride. Shokugeki no Soma, is that with the one where the guy is a really awesome chef and then the clothing pops off? That was fantastic. I've only watched one anime, so I'm an expert. Alright, well dang. My favorite movie of the last few years is the new Blade Runner. I haven't seen anything with Blade Runner, actually. I should probably watch that, too. I know there's Ready Player One. I've also wanted to watch the, that movie that's about Mr. Rogers. It's just a documentary about his life, but I really wanted to see that, too. For me, FMJ falls off the second half. Alright, yeah. Well, here's the thing. That movie is so strong in the first half, you know? Like, the incident in the barracks is so intense and unexpected almost that I feel like there's no way they could have kept that up through the second half of the movie. It just would have been an unrealistic expectation. But I think it's interesting to have a movie peak so strongly in the beginning and then fall off, you know? If you haven't watched anime, you should at least watch Spirited Away and Howl's Moving Castle. What is the anime? This is gonna sound so stupid. So there's a girl, she has face paint, like red face paint, right? Like red lines on her face, and there's like spirits, and she's in the forest. It's a really famous anime, like it wasn't anything obscure. So if you can think of anything that vaguely rings a bell with that, something forest, probably. That was an exceptional movie though. Anything Studio Ghibli. Does anyone know what I'm talking about though? Apocalypse Now is a good Vietnam movie. I have not seen that. And there was also Good Morning Vietnam, right? You guys are doing a very bad thing to me because you know what's gonna happen? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Okay, this is gonna bother me. Now I'm gonna Google it. Anime. Alright, just famous anime films? I don't really know how I'm supposed to get to this result. I've also seen a portion of Grave of Fireflies, which was just fucked up. My Neighbor Totoro. I have seen one other anime that was like lauded for having really exceptional backgrounds because the artist had painted over actual scenes in Japan, so everything was basically photorealistic. Princess Mononoke! Yes, that movie. Thank you for saving me all of the Googling. Dank, you're a god. Yes. Dank is right. Dank, you get 10 extra megabits today. No, fuck it. 100. Thank you for looking out for me, my friend. Alright, I have to speed up my painting here. My internet crashed. That's depressing. Ask a silly question. You should get on some better internet. I can't talk though. My internet is poo too. I just use all of it to stream. Like everyone else in this house suffers on my behalf. I can't wait until I have the time and the money to invest in like mobile streaming, like on the go. I'm gonna buy some data. We can go to New York City, travel around. I think that would be so much fun. So if you like that, that's a good sign. Because Studio Ghibli, yeah. I mean, I enjoy a lot of things. That's the thing. If you haven't noticed by now, I'm a person who is very hard to displease. Like, I'm open to most new experiences, especially if someone tells me they enjoyed something. Then I'm extra open to, like, trying it out, you know? So, it would be stranger if I didn't enjoy it. Play some Vietnam-era music for you. Oh, thank you very much. Go for it. But yeah, as I started rambling and then I think I lost myself, you guys are doing a very bad thing because what's going to happen is after I get done streaming, after I hang out with my mom, I'm going to go to Alex's house. And now he's going to have to sit down and watch just an exceptional laundry list of depressing movies with me. What is your download upload speed? It would be fun to run a speed test right now and find out. I mean, I'm also not on wired internet, which makes it harder. Let's see. We're about to find out. Oh, actually? You know what? Today we're not doing too bad. This is pretty good performance for my house. So I'm getting 58 megabits per second download, 4.5 upload. No, 5.8 upload when I average it out. And to give perspective, I am sending about 3,000 kilobits per second to Twitch. So there's that. It's okay though. I can't really complain because in this house we used to have much worse internet. Like the kind where you couldn't watch a YouTube video without it consistently buffering. So this is still an improvement. Not too bad. Yeah, it's not awful. But, you know. Then I go to Alex's house and he's got his super speedy HQ Wi-Fi. And then I never want to leave for more reasons than one. I'm so excited, guys. Because his parents have been gone for a while. His family's been gone for a while. But because he's been working on that project, I've just been sitting in his house alone. Which is nice because I got to just stream with you guys without feeling silly. But like, you know, we haven't really gotten to enjoy the fact that I've been staying over for like a week. This is also a very good song. Though, in my mind, it is just engraved with Vietnam era documentaries. The upload is kind of shit, yeah, I know. It's okay though. When I'm getting free internet, I can't really complain. Like, my parents are the ones buying it. If I really wanted better internet, I could offer to pay for it, but I'm not, so whatever, I'll take what I can get. Maybe this gold was a little bit too much, actually. This is not making it look like wood. Alright, well it doesn't quite look like it has logs. I don't know how we're gonna do that. Like, maybe if I mixed a little bit of the gold with some of this brown and then just did streaks going down, it would kind of look like logs. Because right now the whole thing is just even brown. I mean, it's a nice even brown, but it just kind of looks like doo-doo. I should probably do something it's 2 a.m. and I should probably do something productive tomorrow. See you guys. Danpai, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for joining our family, my friend. Take care. Good luck with your productivity tomorrow. We have a Discord if you ever want to hear things that are happening in this little sphere. You should join our Discord. But otherwise, have yourself a wonderful night. You guys are so nice. I really feel like I could not have been blessed with a nicer chat this early in my Twitch career, if we can call it that. Like, the fact that you guys are like a welcoming party for everyone that joins here, I really appreciate it. I feel like this thing is just going to end up being striped with shades of brown. I don't know if that's bad. That's the Discord. Yes! Oh, see? Black eye fish, this is literally exactly what I'm talking about. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So we have a Discord. You can post anything you like in there, basically. Well, that wasn't too complicated, yeah. See ya! I'm gonna be getting off soon too, anyway. I'm just gonna finish painting this up. We're gonna pop this bad boy in, put it in the tree, and then we're gonna be settled, I think. Okay, maybe this, I don't know. Hold on, I'll show you guys what I'm doing right now, and then you tell me if this is looking like shit. Yeah, that is looking like shit. I can see it on the camera. This is not working out well. Alright, I'm just gonna paint over the brown, and we're just gonna have a brown cabin. Let's not, you know, go OD with the hopes here. Why do you feel so down? Sounds like an interesting song. Yeah, I feel like attempting to tone this is just gonna end very terribly. Legendado. What the fuck? Yeah, I don't know what that means. Is that not the song you meant, though? Speaking of moderating the song list, which we were talking about last time, with Dank, I think I can make it so that people who are moderators on Twitch can also use commands to remove songs from the song list. I'm gonna look into that. Because if so, that would be nice. Though I certainly don't expect you guys to be moderating the music list every second, because that would also involve just consistently opening the song list and looking at it, which sounds super OD. So. Alright. I just messed up a little bit of this brown over here, so we're just gonna fix our happy little accident. Alright. And I think this this bad boy here is ready to be installed into our little home. I hope that song doesn't play in Spanish. I hope it does, Black Eye Fish. I feel like most songs are fitted to be sung in Spanish. It's a beautiful language. It just rolls off the tongue. Most things would sound good in it. Heck, I bet if you translated most of Justin Bieber's early songs, heck, I'll go even further. I bet if you translated Jake Paul's songs into Spanish, they would sound exceptional. Probably a little racist, but they would sound exceptional. Alright, we're just going in. I'm not even gonna fit this, I'm not gonna measure this, we're just gonna smack this bad boy right in the fat. Alright, ready? 3, 2, 1, boom! We don't need to overthink it. No sweat. It's fantastic. Oh! I forget who called it earlier, but my hair has officially been dunked in the paint. No sweat. I've been looking for a new color to have anyway. I need to get my shit touched up. Alright, so with that, we now have a nice little juicy background, some hills, and a cabin. What do you guys think? I feel like this is coming out exceptional. Should we even bother to pop in this tree, or is this awkward? Like, if we just put it right there, is that going to look nice or no? Highlights. Don't mind me. There's hair in my mouth, but there's paint on my fingers, and I'm not sure what to do in this situation. I'm just reading Discord messages. You guys are fantastic. The official music video for this is amazing. Is the official music video playing for this right now? No, it's not. But it's a nice looking little picture. The scene is amazing. Thank you. I'm so excited how this is turning out. This is like super, super legitimate. We might even have to do another stream just to detail this. I thought I was gonna finish it today, but like, I feel like we need to pimp this bad boy out. It's okay, Black Eye Fish. I was also thinking, tell me, alright, do you think this is gonna be fun, or do you think this is gonna end in disaster? If we do a stream where we just like watch music videos and just videos in general together, is that, you know, a plan for disaster? Is that gonna be fun? Because I feel like I've had some very weird videos sent to me, but also entertaining videos that we could just watch together. It could be like movie night, but you know, on YouTube, so that I don't get kicked off for playing copyrighted stuff. I think it'd be fun. Alright, I'm gonna make a little base for this tree because it's a little low. I'm gonna spice this bad boy up. Sellout Sunday? Without the sellout part, yeah. I was about to say, if I did Sellout Sunday. See, but like super big streamers do Sellout Sunday. It's not really selling out because, you know, that's their business, but like, I wouldn't be able to watch what anyone puts up. That sounds like fun. I did that last night for a bit. Alright. Yeah, we can do that then. I will set that up someday. Someday. I have all these big plans, and I never have the time to put them into action. But we will. We're also going to have either Subscriber Sunday or something of that sort where we can all just play games together. I'm not sure when that's going to be either. The thing that's making all of my planning juicy right now is the fact that I'm going to be at Alex's. So, I know realistically, since I'm going to be like living at his house, we won't be together 24/7, but I feel weird planning things to do while at his house. Like, even streaming. I feel weird saying like, oh, well, you know, I'll be there, but don't bother me. Though maybe he'd want to stream with me, I don't know. I can't force him to, certainly. Alright, we're getting a little stand pro tree going. Trunk. I always look forward to Soda Sellout Sunday. It's so cool. Yeah, well, here's the thing about Soda, though. There's no other way to share things with him. Like, he's so huge. He needs to have a Sellout Sunday for anyone to be able to send him anything, you know? The girl I'm dating tomorrow insists that she's going to be paying for dinner. I might let her. You should. Listen. I mean, what Alex and I always do is we just split things. And then no one ever has to feel awkward about anything. But if you think it has to be one of you paying for it and the girl's insisting, then you might as well just let her. I know as a lady, if I insisted on paying for something and then the person I'm with said, no, I got it, I would feel a little bit offended. It's just polite. Though I think the general convention is whoever asks out the other person is the one who should pay. So now I can come right without paying. Rotten begotten, there's lots of ways that you can come without paying. That was painful. Please, no one at me for this transgression. Is this actually going to stand is the question. Aw, oh, that's super cute! Guys. Are you seeing this? She technically asked me out, so then yes, you should be the one to pay. It just makes sense. Rotten begotten, don't. No! I said don't at me, buddy. I'll fight you. I will actually fight you. We can get on Discord and have a proper fight. We can fight like a married couple, Ryan. Alright, I don't know if I'm going to make this stand, but I think it looks fantastic. Just all of you, literally all of you, fight me. Alright, we're going to add a tiny support beam to this. I don't know how much this is going to help, but it's going to need a little something to keep it up. And then we can paste this boy in, and then we can get our rocks settled in for the night, and we'll see. What is going on in the background? Twisted sister. Join voice channel or no balls. Black Eye Fish, come at me. I joined voice channel last time and it was only you. Well, okay, I didn't mean to say it like that. I also enjoy your company, but it's 1 a.m. Listen. Jesus Christ. This is not the type of positivity that we need in this stream right now. Is there actual music in there? Sorry, I skipped ahead like 30 seconds to get to actual tunes. I don't want to be berated by a man on my computer. Don't mind me. Oh, I burned my finger. Ow. I'm probably going to have to go down in a few seconds anyway to check if my mom is home. Just to see. God damn it, this stupid glue stick is refusing to go through. Sometimes you just need a little extra push, you know? Yes, that's not dangerous or weird. Not gonna take it anymore. Wait, holy shit, it's actually 1 a.m. Yeah, good morning, guys. Check this out. On that note, look at our beautiful little tree. Our happy little tree. Our happy little cabin over there in the back. We have our waterfall added in, the beautiful mountain scene. We have hills. Guys, this thing is getting there. I'm not gonna call it done though. I think next time I'm in my own home, we're gonna get together. We're gonna pop on the plastic, maybe add a little bit more detailing, you know, really deck this boy out. If you guys aren't sick of helping me build this, but truthfully, I'm having an exceptionally good time building this. I feel like a productive human being when we get together and build this. And I like feeling productive with my friends. But, anyway. Where are the rocks going? Well, they're going in here, silly. So let's christen the new additions to our home right now. Oh my god, I have a cover of Africa in my Discover Weekly playlist from Ninja Sex Party. Please, link that right now. I will literally skip the entire queue to have that. Actually, there's nothing in the queue, so please put that in as a song request because I feel like that's the most proper way to go off for the night. Yeah, where are they being placed, I mean? So that's for us to decide right now. I think it was discussed that Bartholomew is the one who's going to want to go and hide in his little home, right? Okay, let's bring you all in. Let's get cozy. Oh, God. Thank you. Thank you very much, Black Eye Fish. Alright. Now we're going in with a close view because it's time to get settled in. It's bad. All right, let's skip ahead and listen to this. I'm excited, not gonna lie. All right, so I think it was discussed that Bartholomew is the type of rock who sometimes wants to sit alone in his little. This sounds exceptional already. I don't know what you're talking about. Bartholomew here, our dear friend, he's the type of rock who likes to go in, get settled in his little cabin, and play video games by himself a little bit. It's not that he's antisocial, it's just that sometimes he's misunderstood. And sometimes when he wakes up in the morning, he doesn't want to be misunderstood. In fact, he doesn't even want to be understood. He just wants to rest, have his own peace, play some video games. So I feel like Bartholomew, our dear little friend here, can be the one to get settled in our cabin. There's little Bartholomew. Look at him, look at his smile. Beautiful. Cozy in our little log cabin. We go on. Young Tiller of Taco, our token black friend. He loves to strut his stuff. As we established last time, he's the type of rock who really likes to show off what he's got. He wants everyone who comes to view our enclosure to see him strut his stuff. So, young Tiller of Taco, right up front. In fact, when we built these little hills in here, this is not even that bad of a cover, actually. I was expecting a lot worse when you said, it's bad. So, in fact, when we were building these hills, this little boy left an imprint on this front hill. Exactly. Oh, Kondaskadens, hello, welcome, my friend. Chef Kalashkinov, hello, hello, hello. Love your rocks, thank you. I was just giving detailed descriptions of how they're going to get settled over here. So, you joined at just the right time. So this is, in the back, in the white, is our dear friend. Oh, Kondaskadens, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the family, my friend. So, in the back, we have Bartholomew. He is the most shy rock of ours. You know, he's a little misunderstood, so he likes to go in the back and hide in the log cabin sometimes, just to get a little distance between everyone else. This here is young Tiller of Taco, our token black friend. He loves to strut his stuff. He has a fantastic personality, and everyone knows it, so he's right up front on this hill. Now, this is Blarney, right? Blarney. I cheated. I wrote their names on the bottom of the rocks, just so you all know. It was just so I wouldn't forget, you know? It's like tattooing the name of your child on your baby, just to make sure that there's no mix-ups. So this is Blarney, our friend. He looks like Rocky Road Fudge because he is ever so sweet. And so, Blarney, I don't know, guys. Where do you think Blarney goes? I feel like Blarney would be the type of rock to go for a little swim in our lake. How are they supposed to hunt their prey? Well, we actually have some more non-rock friends that we're going to get added to this enclosure, but we'll see. I think the rock in the back isn't that shy. I think you were just not giving it enough independence. You know what, Neon? You might be right. Bartholomew is beautiful. I think Bartholomew knows it, too. I mean, he's got that, like, porcelain look. He's like a chunk of marble, you know? But what would you suggest? How do we get him to be more social? Should we force him out? Should we put someone else in his place? Or would that be cruel, unusual punishment? I feel like it wouldn't be nice. Is Jeff there? Of course Jeff is there. We're getting there, Black Eye Fish, no sweat. With their design, Blarney is definitely an outgoing rock. This is true. Blarney, outgoing rock for sure. He looks like Rocky Road Fudge because he's so sweet. So he would definitely be the type of person to try and convince Bartholomew, the type of rock to try and convince Bartholomew to come out. So I think we're going to put him right next to Bartholomew. Heck, maybe this is the friend trying to get Bartholomew to break out of his shell. Blarney. And he could be on the edge of the water going for a little swim. I feel like that's the vibe he gives off. Are you being racist? Why the white rock is bigger than the white one? No. Chef Kalashnikov, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the family, my friend. And no, nay, I'm not being racist. I love all of my rocks equally. Which one would be the angsty teenager? Well, we still have 2 rock friends coming, and some more who would like to join the enclosure, but I'm not really sure. My Bartholomew has a neighbor? Cool. Your Bartholomew has more than a neighbor. Your Bartholomew has a friend. So, next, we have the famed Jeff. Wait no longer, Black Eye Fish. He is here. Jeff has this beautiful design. You know, he's got that nice pattern in there. He looks like broken shards have been pieced together to make him. You know, he is a rock of many talents. I think that's where his design comes from, you know. He loves to play guitar, but he loves to go boating with his friends. He loves to write poetry, but he's also an avid hunter. Jeff is not the type of rock that you would expect. Where would Jeff live? If one happens to break, would the remains be considered split personalities? Don't worry, Chef Kalashnikov, we have a rock hospital here. If one, God forbid, would ever break in our enclosure, we would take good care of them. Would never be split, we would put them back together. I feel like Jeff would also be the angsty teenager, though. But not in your typical way, you know? He's an angsty teenager who turns his angst into his hobbies. He works on his guitar when he gets mad. He goes hunting when he's mad. Jeff can be the angsty one. Jeff seems like such a down-to-earth rock. I think so, too. Jeff is the type of rock that I would hang out with. Jeff could be in my squad. That's a water-based rock for sure. This is true. How are we going to fit them all into our water, though? I don't know if there's room. So, cement, basically. Mike Boy, hello. Welcome, my friend. We were just introducing all of our rocks to our little enclosure. So I think I'm going to have to agree. You know, Jeff is angsty, but since one of his hobbies is boating, it is fitting that he also go by the water. So we could put him over there. I guess Bartholomew isn't going to be lonely after all. And then our last friend that needs to be added is Blake. I'm not going to lie, I was looking around because I couldn't remember what Blake's name was. He only has a B on his bottom. Jeff is like that rock if you go to hang out with. You know you can rely on it to bring you home if you pass out. Jeff is a reliable dude. I'll agree with you. And look, they have like a little squad forming in the corner here, you know? There's gonna be some happy friendships going on. I'm very excited to see these rocks blossom in the fantastic enclosure that we've spent literally 2 streams building. Which one would be the fatherly figure? Well, I think I'm gonna have to agree with Neon though. Jeff, in all his angst and all his talents, could be the daddy rock. You know, young Tiller of Taco is way too bold to ever be a daddy, you know? He's a cool dude. He's not gonna get settled down like that with dad responsibilities. And then Bartholomew, we've established that he's not shy, but I'm really not sure if he could take on a role like that. I guess Blarney could also be the dad figure. That would have to be for you guys to decide. I don't think Jeff has a driver license. He'd better call an Uber. Why don't you think Jeff would have a driver's license, though? Yeah, he's angsty, but he's a multi-talented man. I feel like he'd be able to do it. How often do you stream? I don't know, guys. What's it been? I don't have a set schedule, but I always announce when things are coming up. Like 3 or 4 times a week, 2 or 3 times a week has been the thing so far. I'm flattered that you asked, Michael. But yeah, in the info panels down below is where I usually put stuff. You can also find out the upcoming streams on our Discord, which if you type !Discord, it's in there. Rotten Begotten, thank you. Yeah, it's been like 3 times-ish a week so far. I'm only getting started out, so I'm still testing stuff out. But yeah, about 3 is what I aim for. Where was I going? So Discord, if you type in !Discord, you can hop on our Discord where I announce things sometimes. I also have a Twitch. Thank you, Black Eye Fish. And then I usually, when I stream for like 4 hours is typical. Today we're just gonna go 2.5 because it's late night here and I'm getting ready to party, so. Blake. Our dear friend Blake. What can we say about Blake? If he was a person, he would be a blonde for sure. A man after my own heart. Maybe a woman. Maybe we shouldn't assume Blake's gender. Blake is one of those names that could go either way. So dear Blake, you know, he's a creamy fellow. He's got that beautiful blonde look. What do you guys think? Would Blake be the daddy figure? It could be. He looks like a responsible rock, you know what I mean? Whereas we have Jeff with the angst over there and all of the talents, I feel like Blake would be a very down-to-earth type of guy too. This is so cool. Thank you, Mike Boy. I really appreciate it. We do stuff all the time. I don't know. If you think this is cool, we built a cardboard rocket ship as one of my first streams. We do cooking, we do hanging out. I do doodles all the time. So, you know, if this is the type of thing that you enjoy, we are around quite often. Should the purge happen in this household, which one would be the last rock standing? Obviously Bartholomew. Yeah, he's like the silent killer though, you know? Plus, just technically speaking, Bartholomew is the largest rock here. His cabin is armed to the teeth. That's true, but his cabin is missing the entire front, so I'm not sure how much that's going to help him. I suppose it would be whoever would be able to climb the mountains in the background. What paint do you use? I just use acrylic paint. I have like 50-cent paints here. I just have a bunch of them, like boxes of them from when I was actually painting. Like painting paintings. I have some really cool ideas for painting paintings that we can do too. I just have to get an easel, because I can't quite figure out how I would show you guys what I'm painting while I'm painting, and also be able to talk to you guys. So we'll see. Biggest rock, biggest target. That's true, but even though he's the biggest target, he's also the biggest smasher. Like, he could sit on you easy peasy and take you out. Dank, I think you're not thinking big enough. The rocks, TM, live in harmony. They would not purge. Well, Black Eye Fish, here's the thing though. The society in the purge also lives in harmony, except for during the purge. Since there are rocks in the bottom of the river, would it be considered an orphanage? They're not in the bottom of the river. Cheer up, mate. They're going for a little swim, you know? There's no drowning rocks here. There's only safety and peace. Except maybe when the purge happens, but we'll see. So, our dear friend Blake here, he's a little cocky. He's a little cocky Rocky, you know? He is a pretty blonde. He's cute, creamy, smooth, everything you could want. But his personality leaves a little for wanting. So, in honor of that, I think Blake goes all the way in the back, all alone. That, my friends, is our entire family, settled in. I feel like we could even pop on the plastic cover, to be perfectly honest, because if you thought this wasn't going to be an official, legitimate center for rocks, you were wrong. What if there's a brick invasion? I don't think your rocks would stand a chance. Dude, why are you coming in here underestimating our rocks like that? They're magnificent creatures. There's so much for them. The bricks stand no chance against the rocks. Blake is the rock representative of Tinder. Oh god, Blake is a loner. You better patent this. Unfortunately, someone has already had the idea of the pet rock. I wish I could go back in time and be the person who patented the pet rock in like the 70s. I would have been a bajillionaire. Should we? Well, now this is going to look strange on stream because you all can just see yourselves in the reflection. But I do have this fancy slip cover that we could pop on these boys just to protect them. But maybe we should save that for next time. No. Get everything together. So this, my friends, is our little rock family. It's been a long journey. We started with cardboard and rocks, and now we have cardboard, rocks, and a whole lot of spirit. We have characters that we love, characters that we can really cheer for. This has been a spiritual journey, my friends. I heard that there is a special rock called Bruno del Carvalho that takes you back in time. Oh, Neon. Thank you for reminding me. Indeed, there is a special rock named Bruno del Carvalho that can take you back in time. I didn't want to unleash him on you guys today, but since you're here and you're in the know, I suppose there's no reason to lie to you. We do have a time-traveling friend, and he's with us today. The anxiety continues. Oh god. Dank, thank you. So, this, I believe, is the man that you're speaking of. Bruno del Carvalho. What is there to say about Bruno del Carvalho? Sure, he can travel time, but he wants you to know that's not all he is. Is he even a rock, you may say? That looks an awful lot like broken glass, Migla, you may say. Well, you're wrong. You see, in the future, in the deep future where Bruno comes from, all rocks look like this. He's beautiful. He can time travel. What more do you need? It's Bruno. I know. Listen, you may not have thought you were gonna come in here, you were gonna see, you know, just a little enclosure, just some rocks chilling out, not some time travel, but it's true. Bruno del Carvalho needs to be green. Oh, you're right, I'm sorry. This is his cousin Babbo del Carvalho. Hold on a second. We have Bruno. Bruno is with us, and how do I even show you this? Bruno's little baby friend, Bruno Jr. We have them all here, my friends. The whole collection is with us today. Babbo, Bruno, everyone's here. Okay, that's okay. Confiscators, I'm glad you think so. Now, I can't show you guys how Bruno and his friends work because that's against Twitch policies. There's strictly no time traveling. You may not know that because maybe you haven't inspected the terms of service for that, but if Twitch finds out that you're showing off that type of technology, they're going to get very angry, and I can't risk it at this stage of my Twitch career, so they will join our rock friends, and what they do after I go off stream is something that we can't discuss. LNA Tour, what is this? I feel like it's very self-explanatory. We're just playing with some rocks here, my friends. We're helping all of our beautiful rock friends get settled in to their new enclosure that we spent like 2 streams building. It's magnificent. It's very legitimate. We even have a plastic cover that goes over them just to make sure that they don't run away. Yeah, it's very serious stuff. But anyway, on this note, Bruno is that special kind of rock that would be a president of a sports club. Where's Dwayne? Mikey boy, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the family, my friend. Where's Dwayne? Now, Dwayne, here's the thing about Dwayne. Dang. Hold on, the people deserve an answer about Dwayne. Alright, we tried to get Dwayne. Listen, I know Dwayne is obviously the favorite of the rocks, but Dwayne is a very busy rock man. And when we contacted his agent, Dwayne said that he was too busy to be put into an enclosure with such peasants. It wasn't my words, it was all Dwayne's agent. I know it's very rude, but it's what he said. And I'm not in a position to try and convince him, you know. Do I think we have the best rock enclosure? Of course. Duh. If I was a rock, would I love to live here? Of course. But if we can't convince him, we can't convince him. Rotten Begotten. Dwayne the Rock. Don't even play. Bruno is the type of rock who'd sleep with his 3 eyes open. Oh my god, you know what we can do? We can give these boys a little bit of jewelry, you know what I'm saying? Deck them out with like hats and beards and stuff. But I digress. Dwayne TM, the TM, Rock TM Johnson cannot be used in the stream for legal reasons. Black Eye Fish gets it. Black Eye Fish, that's why you're a mod. You understand. But anyway, I digress. I said that once my mother got home, I would leave to hang out with my mother. And listen, I don't want you all to think that I don't love my mother because I love her very deeply. So, on that note, I'm going to leave you, fellas. Thank you for everyone who joined us through this stream and the previous stream when this entire journey began. There will be more. We will be back to add some details, hang out with our friends. This is not the end of our beautiful relationship. But for now, I will bid you all farewell. If you ever want to stay up to date with what's going on this channel, you can check out our Discord. I have a Twitter, which I occasionally post things on, but you should really probably just join the Discord. Twitter is, you know. So, join our Discord. You can post memes. You can share music that you enjoy. Hell, share your high aesthetic photos. You can listen to music with bots. We have everything on our Discord channel. So you should join that. On maybe Friday, maybe Saturday. I can't give as strict of an answer here. Probably Saturday. I'm going to be back at Alex's house, and I want to do a cooking stream. I was thinking of cooking this shredded beef recipe that I've made a bunch of times before. It's one of the best things that I've ever cooked, and Alex loved it. So, in the interest of us having a delicious dinner and also me having something wonderful to share with you guys, we're probably going to be making some pulled beef. It has like some lime in there. It's got all the spices. You guys are going to see. It's going to be fantastic. All right. Don't go. Candace Gadens, I'm sorry, my friends. I have to. Listen, I am a very dedicated person to the people I love, and I love all of you guys. But I also have to see my family before I leave for like 6-7 days straight. So this is my responsibilities. I figured out how to actually finish my goodbye monologue without getting completely distracted, which is just to avoid looking at chat for a hot minute. It's very hard. Black Eye Fish, thank you very much. Good night, my friend. We need more rocks in our lives. The rocks won't go anywhere. We'll be back with this very soon. Mikey boy, see ya. Who's Alex? Mikey boy. Mike boy. Alex is my man. We've been together for like 5.5 years. He is the love of my life. The one. And his family is gone for like 2.5 weeks, so I'm living with him. Alex Maballs. That doesn't even make any sense, Black Eye Fish. If Alex even exists. This is true. So Black Eye Fish and Dank, and also Rat and Begun, have been around for a hot minute, but they have yet to meet this man. Yet has anyone else. So maybe I can convince him to stream with me on Saturday, since he'll be home. And the rocks, they will be alone? No, they won't be alone, my friend. I'm going to take them with me. Alex and I keep them company. You know, they're our adopted family, too. See ya. Don't forget to walk your rocks. Don't sweat it. We also are going to have to figure out what they eat next time. And I have other trees that need to be added. So there's much work to be done, my friends, but for today, I bid you all farewell. Thank you for everyone who joined us newly. Thank you for everyone who's a returning friend. Have a wonderful night, everyone. Alex is our TM man. Goddamn right. I can't wait to hang out with you guys and him. Please don't be mean to him. Be nice. He's my favorite human being. No offense to anyone else, but he's probably my favorite human being of all. So, you know, make this a good time. But anyway. Okay, all right, I'm doing it. Someone hit me with a go-go because I am doing terrible. Ask a silly question. Thank you very much for hanging around, my friend. Good night. Good night. Dank. Okay, all right. With Grimes, I leave you all. Goodbye, everyone.